check to see whether YouTube stream is back up. I think YouTube stream should be up. Yeah, okay, yeah. YouTube stream is up. Hello everyone on YouTube. Welcome back once again. We are live again for a new live stream, new title, new thumbnail. We're gonna be catching the next match. But before we catch the next match, like I mentioned earlier, or in YouTube's case, in the previous stream, we're gonna rewatch SRG's matches real quick, just to see exactly what happened. Cause this should really not have been a 2-1. And then they did have to sub out Uni in game 3 as well. By the way, if SRG goes through, the 2-0 team will choose their opponent from the 2-1 pool. So I'm not sure which team will choose SRG. The thing is, they don't really look like they're in the best shape. That's the thing. Like, that's the main thing. Like, normally, yes, you wouldn't want to choose SRG. But I feel like some teams will look at this and think like, hey, maybe we can handle them, you know? So Uni was playing Hirara as well. Okay, so anyways, let's revert back. I think we will start watching from game 2 onwards, because that's the one they lost, and that's the one I'm kind of curious about. Like, what mistakes did they make? So yeah, we'll just tune in here, and then I will set the playback speed to 1.5. So this is game 2. This was game 2 between SRG and GK that happened earlier.
The pressure is on as we jump into the land of Dawn.
Hi Jero, welcome to the stream. I am currently rewatching what happened earlier, because earlier I was streaming the FF14 keynote live stream. So now I'm catching up by seeing exactly what happened with SRG. I'm watching game 2 because apparently we lost game 2. Now, looking at this comp, we should logically be winning early, especially through the side lanes, right? We have Paquito versus Claude, we have Dirov versus Esme. That should mean we have side lane pressure. Atlas Valentina probably clears lane just a little slower than Glue and Valier. So the mid lane prio is the place where we are a little bit concerned, which is also scary because we are playing Yisan Shin. Right, YSS unfortunately is a bit slow in this meta, even compared to Ling. So without good mid lane pressure, it's hard to really say if we can make the side lanes work. You should start from the draft? No, I think it's fine. So yeah, they start off, they go aggro in the mid lane with Innocent already, which makes sense.
It's pressurous, Trex, because DK also already burning a flicker early on from Chen. We know how this mid lane goes. Obviously, as a glue, you can go ahead and heal.
So yeah, as expected, GK has the stronger mid lane pressure for sure, which makes it very difficult for Skies to make things happen on this Yisan Shin. He likes to gank early with YSS, but it's hard to gank if you don't have mid pressure. Krem is winning EXP as expected. Innocent seems to be doing okay in gold as well. God, Dodo, I'm sorry to say this, but you did say about Skies technically being the weakest link. He proved right on again why he is the weakest link. I think the big issue as well is not just Skies like playing a bit poorly. Like, normally, even if Skies does play a bit poorly, the other players are able to make up for it. I think the problem is many of the other players are also not really performing for SRG, right? Like, it feels like Kram is not frontlining as well as he could. Hume's being picked off quite heavily in the fight against Pro was a problem. Like, Kram, look, he's diving behind the tower here to get the kill, which is fine. He flickers out, not able to kill Shen, and suddenly Aizen picks up 2 kills. SRG tried to make the invade happen, but like they didn't have enough prio to really prevent a full rotation. So that's already not good. Now they do transition over to the turtle, which is the right choice since they know that Zeno is already low.
So even after that, they do end up getting the objective. They secure themselves a turtle. Looking at the replay here, brought to us by SDC. Again, this was an attempt under the turret. Kram buys quite a bit of time here, but it's, again, Aizen's very patient. Mind you, on this
yeah.
Sweep in there, get that first blood, get that double kill.
Little bit of miscomm there. Like, they dive too deep without really having enough information of the rest. Guys goes in, Purify forced out. The draft was the first mistake. SRG could have picked Eudora instead of Eve.
The guy drops the Tempest of Blades. Instead of going for all the swords, he backs off for a second to sidestep the
Wait, in game 2? This is game 2 though. He's playing Valentina.
Final blows, but Zeno definitely very mechanically gifted in that last team fight. Now, SRG's been making plays across the map. Up at the top side, Cram.
Oh, Cram gets ganked, which is already very bad. Mind you, Esmeralda got 2 kills in that previous top gank, which means that even though Cram was originally controlling lane, he instantly just lost lane as a result of it. And that is very bad if you're playing Derov. You cannot be losing lane as Derov. So Esme already wins the lane, then he gets ganked again by the Ling, and after that, Cram can no longer really contribute. So that's why they play for the gold lane instead. The problem is, they stay too long, right? They're not really respecting the rotation power of Ling, right? Like, it feels like SRG just isn't really prepared to play against the Ling properly, you know? Like, SRG has a tendency to rotate in a way where they are always the ones in control of the map. But you can't really do that so freely when there's a Ling around. Nowadays, you can really move quickly. As of right now, GK has the lead. A lot of it comes from Aizen and Zeno, I'm pretty sure. Aizen already won lane. In fact, they're gonna swap lane too. They know that Cram has been disabled, so now they're gonna put Claude in the top side, force the Paquito to play against the Esme, which is also a bad matchup. You can see that, right? Innocent not really able to farm anymore. And SRG, this composition is designed to play around the side lanes. So when the side lanes lose, they are in a really, really bad spot. You know, they just don't have enough damage, and now Innocent dies again. I can see how this goes badly. Remember, they don't have a marksman. Like, SRG's late game scaling is way worse than GK in this game. And they're already behind. And GK keeps ganking as well, because SRG no longer has map control. So yeah, I can see how this just completely snowballs out of control after this. I don't really think it's necessarily a Sky's issues particular. I think the draft itself is a bit too risky. Oh, double fighter can work, but there's a reason why no one's really trying to play it with Yi Sun Shin the same way that they used to. They get a good kill, but then Innocent gets picked up, then the backline gets dismantled.
Another kill. He'll back up with the Haas Claws. Rest of the team still going at it. Now Cramp looking for Zeno. Can he catch him? He's quite slow, but he's retreat, so Zeno should be able to get away.
I feel like SRG should ban Ling. It feels like our gameplay style is not very suited for dealing with a Ling. They picked Valentina and Derov in the late draft and chose to ban Eudora when they could have picked it. I see.
Number 2. Last time SRG was able to keep things at a minimum, but this time the Turnic is gone. They're bleeding out. Is there an opportunity? Innocent, we got to see something from him, but the problem is it's a tough game for a Paquito. You got the glue.
Aizen's there. Okay, he canceled the recall. He's there to go ahead and supplement.
Like, yeah, having an Esmeralda. Oh shit. Having Esmeralda glue means that GK can walk around the map very, very easily and very, very freely, especially when there's no longer any threat. GK first picked Ling. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Ling is pretty worth first picking these days. Was Hirara banned? I assume it was.
Shout out to Leo. Pop that purify. GK making their way.
I'm sorry, Dodo, but I liked SRG's draft more despite GK having Valir here. I really hate Ling Claude on the same team. Yeah, it should be punished. Again, SRG's draft was designed in a way to try and punish this sort of late game scaling. They're trying to play for side lane. But the big issue comes from the mid lane. If you're playing for side lane prio with Yi Sun Shin jungle, you really need your mid lane to be strong. And I already said in the draft itself, like, they can't win mid lane prio.
And at that point, how do you even counter this? And every time
that already makes the game a lot more difficult.
Finding the 1v1s, and the rest of the team is finding pickoffs as well, so SRG's is getting slowly backed into this corner.
Like, it's a good counter option. You see the Ling Claude, you go double fighter side lane to try and, you know, end the game before they can come online. But that comes with its own risks. Right? If you're not able to win early, you just don't win at all. So you have to be able to accept that risk, and you have to be willing to understand that, like, in order to prevent that risk, you gotta win mid lane too. When you're playing against hard rotation assassins, you know, Yi Sun Shin, Ling both fall under this category. Mid lane priority is important. It is what determines whether or not you can walk into the enemy side of the bush. It is what determines whether you're able to help your side lanes win their lane harder to get the snowball going. No, you should watch Vamos beating Team Spirit. I did watch Vamos beating Team Spirit yesterday. I just wasn't streaming it. They played very well. It got a little bit dicey in game 2, but Vamos looked pretty solid. More solid than SRG, I would say. Even if you could argue that the teams that SRG has played against are stronger, but I don't really think that is necessarily the case. Maybe I could agree for Pro, but not for GK, you know, again, no shade to the team. So yeah, I can see how this happens. Basically at this point, there's really nothing SRG can do anymore. Like, unless GK make a massive misplay, this game is already over, and you can see that is what happens. The scaling kicks in very quickly, and then it's just like all done. So yeah, I can see how game 2 went badly. So I want to see what happened once Uni came in. Real quick, just have a look at the draft as well. We banned Eudora, Harley, Artless. GK banned Fanny, Moskov, Marcel. We went Hirara first into Brody, Paquito. So we are not flexing picks here. And then GK went Freya, Ling, Zhu, Sin. They banned Eve, we banned Esme, they banned Hylos, we banned Belleric. They go Gatot. And we go Hilda Kimmy.
So now I see the idea from some long range eyes, which is
this game, okay, I will say this game Kimmy is good. LaFell said that SRG couldn't outrange GK Valier. I agree. Like, Valier is the ultimate, like, one of the ultimate melee annoyances. If you're a melee fighter, you hate Valier. I know, because I hate Valier. Alright? SRG has multiple melee heroes that want to dive, and Valier can deal with them all quite easily. Not to mention a very tanky front line that they can't break through. So I totally see why the Valier was a problem. Here, Kimmy does actually make more sense in game 3, because GK's comp is slower. Most of their burst damage comes from Ling. And while in a 1v1 scenario, Ling should beat Kimmy, no one else on the GK side can actually deal with Kimmy particularly well. Alright, so leaving Kimmy for last is actually not bad in this case. I don't know how much I feel about the Hilda, but I think that's meant to cause a bit more chaos overall. You know, invade early too, especially since they have Hirara. They're trying to play for their level 2, so that's probably why they went Hilda as well. I actually think that Kimmy Hilda is okay this game because of how the draft looks.
He's able to get his own camp, but I'm not against completely the aggression that SRG is bringing. Sometimes in a game 3 like this, both teams take it slow, but SRG says no, we're gonna hit the gas, we're gonna try to catch them off guard, and that is how they are playing this right now.
Dodo Kimmy is bad here. As a mid lane, I get 3 basics of a Ling. I'm a Kimmy hater. Yes, again, like I said, in a 1v1 situation, Kimmy will get bodied by Ling. But this is not a 1v1 situation. SRG picked Kimmy because they need a hero that is able to kite and deal consistent DPS against the tanks. There are a lot of frontline dive heroes on GK. So SRG playing Kimmy is actually meant to create a very similar situation to Valier in last game. I feel like Valier might have been better, but I think that Stormy is probably more comfortable on Kimmy. That's probably why they went for it. Because, like, they went Brody. They went Brody early. And Brody is not gonna be able to break through, like, Gatot, Freya, Alice. So SRG needed something else. Like, in this case, Eve might have been okay, but Eve was banned. So they went Kimmy. No, I think not only the Ling, also the Zhu Sin is a problem. But they have Hilda. I think the Hilda is there to help remedy that.
So that's why you want that space to work with. That's why the hero that Brody is helps really deal with that.
Alright, so things have kind of slowed down after the initial...
Kimmy Hilda clears lane faster than Gatot Zeus in.
Back off, nothing crazy happened, but no.
So that gives SRG mid lane prio. Gives them a way to whittle down tanks. Is it perfect? No. But I can understand why they would do it. Lilia could have worked as well.
Of SRG right now. It's been, what, 3 games of Ling. In every game he seems to step it up a little bit more and more. And, you know, this was an amazing play. SRG backs off for a minute, but then they look for the re-engage right after the beacon's about to be done, and they're able to catch him. Luckily, Zeno finds a moment of saving grace.
But yeah, I feel like SRG is not really prepared to deal with Ling. You know, based on the way SRG moves around the map and the heroes that they pick, I honestly think they should just ban Ling. I think they have a lot of problems with it. Because, like, we know SRG has a tendency to die very heavily. They're very aggro when they decide to commit to a kill. Uni gets the turtle, which is good. They lose Cram.
Might just be happy with 1 kill. Zeno going for more. Stormy will keep him at bay. Unless Uni wants to re-engage in the mid lane, goes in and gets the damage.
This game, Cram died a lot. He is kind of the main front line. Like, yes, Yumes is the main front line, but depending on how he plays, Cram is going to be in the line of fire most of the time. And he's just not tanky enough compared to everyone on GK. So yeah, I'm not surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised if Cram or Yumes died quite a lot this game. Because the Ling is gonna be stabbing someone.
Zeno is making a job of that. We do see the Sky Piercer lock in for Innocent. So he hasn't been able to get stacks off it just yet, but if more kills can start getting locked.
Nowadays, Lings does so much damage that if he does his Tempest combo correctly, almost anyone dies. That was a mistake by Cram. I don't know why he did that. Like, you have no information about the state of the map, dude. Paquito is still strong, but not that strong. Not anymore. I feel like Cram has not been playing the best either, to be honest.
Especially with the composition that GK has. I think the goal should have been to wait just a little bit longer, maybe another minute or 2 to really start trying to make those plays happen, especially since he's already...
And it's not because he died a lot, but it's because of, like, the decisions. It's somewhat expected that either Cram or Yumes or both may die a fair amount this game, because their goal is to delay fights, you know, for Uni's cooldowns, for Stormy to, you know, pew pew.
How do you bring that value to these team fights and, you know, turn the tides of them? And unfortunately, when you're down, it's a little bit harder to be able to do that when you have the lead. So now some ultimates being thrown out here. Turtle's up, and you don't have a traction pulse now for Stormy. They could still fight.
But yeah, based on the way they're playing, I think SRG has problems.
GK's really been playing around their ultimates really well, just like they are now. Yume's really low, Zeno waiting for that window of opportunity.
Like, you know how Liquid lost to Aurora? I can guarantee 100% SRG would also lose to Aurora.
And goes elsewhere.
They still have the issue of not being particularly strong early game, and now it doesn't seem like they're well equipped enough to deal with Ling. So if Ling gets fed early as a result of this, then things got really bad. Does Uni escape this? He does. Well played to Uni there. Good catch. So that's a punish. That's a good punish.
SRG right now is just the perfect example of punching your way through.
SRG over time has more damage than GK, right? Because most of GK's damage comes from Ling. Yes, they have a Freya as well, but Freya's damage is fairly slow, and if managed correctly, is actually quite dealable. Like, we've seen it happen already before. So as long as Ling dies, SRG can do things here.
Oh man, SRG off of one team fight somehow find a swing in their favor. They're now approaching these tier 2 turrets of GK. It all happened so fast too for GK to deal with, and now they're trying to scramble here. Shen,
I think Uni is doing a good enough job. He's being fairly active on the map.
SRG now with a 2.5k gold lead in just a matter of about 45 seconds. They have completely took this game.
To be honest, I feel like SRG should try and play Aurora style. You can see that they like to group together, they like the team fight. It doesn't seem like they're willing to play overly split push heroes. Unless, you know, Uni plays Ling. They might want to consider playing a slightly more defensive lineup themselves. And Uni is actually getting the retreat timings. It's pretty important, really, because I don't want to keep piling blame onto Skies. You know, again, like I've mentioned, I think it's more than just Skies who's performing poorly. But one of the most obvious issues is that Skies was missing retreats a lot.
Oh, this was worse.
You know, like SRG has had a terrible objective secure percentage. And so far it is looking like Uni is doing better in that aspect. Of course it's only one game, so we can't say for sure yet. Consistency is important, but yeah, SRG finally able to break in, take the crystal, keep themselves in the tournament. But clearly there is an issue. I think SRG does have issues. And I think the draft is also a very big one, honestly.
They tried their best. They brought the Giants to game number 3. But with a quick change,
I feel like SRG is also having some draft issues.
Hey man, that was...
I think what Uni said in the interview is correct, where they're still kind of lagging behind a little bit in terms of the meta. Which is weird, because like historically SRG was always one of the teams that like set their own meta. But I kind of wonder if after playing together and being successful with it for so long has caused them to think like, oh, we should stick to what we know, you know? The heroes we're comfortable with.
You know, when things aren't clicking, things aren't working, where do you go from here? I mean, this was...
Because you see them always fall back to the same heroes that they like and enjoy. And play the exact same way too. Teams are gonna figure it out eventually, and this is a meta where you kind of have to play pretty hard and fast. Or at least have tools in place to prevent it. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Representing their country, Pro Esports said. I mean, that's a big deal.
I agree. I think for the longest time we're so used to seeing
Thank you.
CFU on the international stage, but it's always been a struggle for them to make it far. Though they did get some upsets and on very close to getting upsets a couple times in the previous internationals that we've seen them. The confidence and the way that you hear Pro Esports talk about their team and each other, I think that says a lot about the amount of practice and the amount of connection that they have already established. Because I know this is a new lineup for them, but the fact that they're quote-unquote family, like they have really good bonding.
It's kind of weird to see though, cause like
adds to what makes them
when SRG brought Uni in this season, I think a lot of us knew that they were probably like testing the waters a little bit, you know, see whether or not like Uni or Skies fits better with the team going forward. And while both of them performed pretty well, I think a lot of us could agree that Skies did look better throughout MPL MY, you know, like he definitely had the synergy, the chemistry, the experience.
There's one for yourself. There's one for your
But
friends,
all of a sudden,
family,
you know, it's like,
organization, and then your country, maybe even region. Like
again, I don't want to keep heaping blame onto Skies. I know that most of us heap blame onto Skies. He's getting a lot of negativity. I don't want people to like keep... if you're gonna call him out, you need to have proper reason for like why you think there's issues there. You know, rather than just saying, oh, Skies is bad. You know, because he's like missing retries and stuff. Missing retries is bad, yes, but there's more to it than that.
At least after day 1 are the stronger team.
SRG problem is Belleric, Ling, and Eudora. Yeah. Basically, heroes that are good at counter-engaging, creating space, you know, and setting momentum cause issues for SRG. Because their gameplay style typically relies on them setting that up. You know, it's very important for SRG to be in control of the game. You know, you can tell that even when they're not like winning early, you know, if they have give up gold leads and stuff, they are still the ones in control. They're the ones deciding like, hey, we can fight, you know, we can afford to give up kills here and there. But when you have heroes that can punish that heavily, right? Belleric can always pop a Wrath of the Dryad to punish dives. Eudora can catch people out of when they least expect it. A Ling moves really fast across the map and farms a lot more quickly than you'd expect a hero like that too. So all of those mess with SRG's pace. And now that we're seeing the meta right now, there's actually a lot of flexibility going on. You cannot keep playing the same style. Unless, you know, it's something like Aurora, where you just like bring in creativity, catch people off guard, and have like strong confidence. SRG as a whole is lacking that.
The MSC 24 champions that had to fight for their lives in the low bracket in group stage, just to show you how competitive MSC is. That's what we look for. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir, Milosh. So with that, we move on to the second match of the day, meaning the
Rose with a rose choker. Yeah, it's a nice accessory. Honestly, it's a good outfit. Rose has a nice outfit. Then again, most of the time Rose has a good outfit. Okay, so what is everyone's predictions for this match? Yangon and Pro. Both teams that are pretty strong. Pro already upset. Already made an upset happen by pushing SRG to the lower bracket. But is that because Pro is strong or because SRG looks iffy?
Who doesn't love a dark horse race with two generational junglers, one on every
Alright, let me go to the back room.
one of
BRB.
these two squads. So let's just bring out their opponents, please. Welcome Pro Esports. The crowd has said it, you can hear it, and it's from one dark horse to another. Let me tell you, their stable is stacked, and they showed it versus SRG. Add to their talent the fact that this is a perfect storm for a Cambodian team to make the knockout stage once again. I think the recipe for success is all laid out.
Ooh, Milosh, this is going to be a very spicy matchup with that. Boys, you may actually place your keys, and of course, to the captains, don't forget on that little handshake, a fist bump, or heck, will it even happen, Milosh?
Just moves away. Oh.
Who knows?
Fist
And
bump.
there we go. Once again, this is the battle of the dark horses. One advances to the knockout stage, and one falls
Okay.
for a tighter shot.
So
in
SRG
knockout
might need to
stages.
fight
That's it
ONIC
from
or
us.
Aurora Turkey. Yeah.
Thank you, Rose and Milos.
Neither are
The dark
easy
horse race
options.
continues, but again, like I prefaced, anybody who's been watching these games and these two O's should think anything but.
What is the match
these two
after this
teams
one,
don't have
actually?
a chance to win. Their success has not only happened in their region, now they get to do it representing themselves on MSC's stage at EWC 2026.
Hold on,
and as we
hold on.
continue to highlight the conversation between who will be the best jungler, which assassin king will reign supreme. We've already seen princes stumble, I would say, earlier on in that game, and we've also
wrong
now got
group.
a chance to maybe claim or crown a new king.
The match after this one is ONIC and Aurora. Dude, I feel like I should watch that too.
Really root for
Like,
Coily,
Aurora
because
is the
it's one
team
thing
that
to do
really
it's another
caused
to
a
actually
stir
game.
with taking down
And
Liquid, you know? Can they do it to
like
ONIC
closing out the
too?
game. So I'm really looking forward to both these teams, especially because
Coily Hirara, was it? Yeah, Coily had a really strong
They're
Hirara.
actual contenders.
We can skip Liquid and Entity 7. I don't think we need to watch that one.
You have a chance to
But
grab
I feel like I
a
should
really
watch this
interactive
too.
event. Rhino Day is live. Make sure to grab your cool stickers. What do you call these guys?
Emotes?
emotes, yeah.
Emotes. So emotes in the shop. You could spam them in your games when you would get a triple kill, a
Yeah,
maniac, a
you
raid. Yeah.
Or just do it just to show people that you got it.
Before you start laning.
Should I curse Aurora since it's not PH?
Yeah,
Hey,
so
up
what
to you,
do
man.
is that you clear the minions, you stand in front of your opponents, you recall, and then you spam the emotes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the MLB
Good
culture.
analysis, guys.
Show your aura.
Show your aura.
Or a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more emotes you have.
Aura garden. Nah, it doesn't work that well.
What?
Or a garden or a farm.
Anyways, in this game, I really feel like because we know that the junglers is gonna be pretty crucial. Funny enough, I really feel like we gotta look at the roam matchups because both the Belleric as well. I mean, like as much as we want to build by saying that the roam is.
I want to see how far Aurora
because
Turkey
actually
can
there's a lot of
go.
heroes you can use in the
Because
roam
they're the
position.
only team that's willing to do stuff as unique as they have and actually make it work in a convincing
So
way.
much roam heroes to expect, especially if you're talking about Blink, but at the same time, he's just only been on the Atlas and the Choke.
By the way,
But
if
also
I'm
the
not
same,
wrong,
He has only been on the Belleric.
Are
We've
both
seen
of the
that span
PH
throughout the
teams
3 games
in
they went up
lower?
against SRG, so we haven't seen much explored just yet. I think the most creative they've been in the draft so far was really in the EXP lane. Because Yangon, they
yes, actually.
never use the more common XP lane.
Oh,
It's
the
always
Falcons are
the
fighting each
that you
other?
really
Ah,
got
that's
to
a rip
see
for the
from them.
organization.
So that's maybe something we're looking at. We know for a fact that Yangon can be
Yeah,
creative
is
from
this
there,
like
and
the first time ever that both of the Filipino teams are in the lower brackets?
creative with.
Yes, that's a sentence.
I wouldn't be surprised if
That's a
it
sentence
was.
that I liked the first part of, which was that Ruby was a hero we did not see involved in this last matchup whatsoever because they were really focused focused on the Moskov, and they were focused on what was working in terms of banning the Harara, the Ling early on, the Fanny. But maybe we do see a different priority here.
My dream has finally come true. Ah, yes. Kurel has been wanting a Falcons v Falcons for the longest time.
And that opens something else.
Did you expect it to happen in the lower brackets though?
Should favor them quite a bit because they like to fight.
Maybe this meta punishes established teams, maybe. I think you gotta just, like, the meta is fairly new, that's the thing.
And your opponents might be waiting.
I think that like teams need to be willing to be creative, and a lot of the established teams, you know, the things that that work for them have worked for them for a very long time, so there's not much reason for them to change it compared to, you know, newer teams that will always be trying something different, especially if they're from less established regions too, because like they don't have to follow the same meta that all of their peers are doing.
And you immediately kill them all. So picks like you do.
But okay, we got Yangon Blue, Pro Red.
She gets advantages when she gets into a bush. Also does pretty good. Catching heroes like the Saber, the Chos, the Kadidas.
Pickoffs.
All of these pickoff heroes love dangerous grass.
I love that.
Is this also lower bracket? Or is this upper? This is upper, right? Yeah, this is upper bracket. So winner, winner qualifies. Loser goes down to. Okay, loser has to play against Liquid. So you do not want to lose this one.
Out there and potential for pickoffs. But the Valentina.
Interesting ban. Maybe just to open up the draft, trying to force Pro Esports to ban out the Harara, because if Harara is let through, you know that's going to be first pick.
So it's both the Belleric Atlas and the potential Ling Hirara banned out.
Actually, no, maybe YG just picks up the Eudora first and be like, yeah, I dare you to pick up Hirara.
That too.
That's a good way to do it, but I feel
if I say I'll curse Falcons, y'all won't know which Falcons.
This is where you want in this.
I guess so. Or well, you know, you could curse them both at once. Maybe it's not possible to curse them because whenever you curse them, it hits them both, so they're even anyway.
The question is, if you give Han the Harara, you still have a Fanny you could prioritize.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
On the side of Coily.
But that was Yangon who also used the Fanny recently.
Oh my god, we forgot.
Aha.
Picked up, right? So now
Marcel gameplay.
Plus the Fanny.
Oh.
And the Phobius. That's very interesting. Didn't thought the Phobius would get picked up this early, considering.
Oh,
that
Fanny.
EXP that can
Fanny gameplay.
Yeah.
Like the Alice, Uranus.
You just probably be a bit more careful with the gold lane pick, given this. You already have a Phobius and a Fanny to deal with, so.
Wow.
That takes out probably a Harith option here for YG.
Or play double fighters.
But they can do that too, honestly.
Right? They can play double fighters if they want.
But if they go double fighter at this point, then the jungle options are.
I think a Hirara is still fine, but maybe the mid. It needs something like a Kimi or something. Whoa.
Maybe no double fighters.
Hero.
Whoa.
Oh, Fredrin?
This feels very pre-patch.
Yes, that's the best way to put it. This feels very pre-patch.
I guess Fredrin is probably one of the better options against Fanny.
And then YG.
Welcome back, Mystique. What is streamer doing? Well, now we are watch partying Yangon and Pro. Oh yeah, I didn't get to ask because we kind of shifted over, but what did you guys think of the FF14 keynote? I guess Lilo specifically, because I don't know if the others were really paying the most attention.
Patrick production is also cool, alright? Coolest guy ever. He's the kind of guy you buy ice cream for.
But he means the SpongeBob skin, Patrick.
Did SRG win? Kai asks. Yes.
Well,
they did in the end. They won game 3.
Fredrin, yes, but
I mean, like, they already have the counters for it, so.
Super excited? Me too.
Like an Atlas.
I'm looking forward to it. Man, it can't come sooner.
Ruby's still available.
So, will you try out FF on Nintendo Switch once it comes out? When did they say it was? August, right? So it's actually pretty soon. Is Sky's playing better? Well, here's the funny thing, Kai. They subbed the Uni for Game 3.
You mentioned that as well. But the fact that they took out an Arlot, is there just something they don't want to break formation?
And look at this, YG, they ban out the Eudora because, again, even though they don't have an assassin just yet, you just know that EXP
Also, it's kind of interesting that Barat's EXP is suddenly kind of good, huh?
Eudora has an easy time to stun both of them. Eudora will disrupt it quite a bit. And now even the Barats gets banned out as well. So they're drafting in a way that makes sure that their EXP laner gets to win, but again, there are options here. It almost looks like they want YG to use something like an Alice or Uranus that's, you know, I would say not super front-heavy tanky.
By the way, has Blink played Hellkurt yet this tournament? You know, his signature?
But speaking of that, I think Pro Esports are yet.
He's not gonna play it now. There's already a Marcel, but
that could come through for YG. Like they don't.
Mark my words, 100% YG will win 2-1. Okay, okay.
The Moscow you pointed out.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are there 3 Sanjis in MSC? Yes. And all of them have 1 extra eye.
Maybe, honestly, maybe.
So like, you have Liquid Sanji with 1 eye. Then you have, was it Falcons? Falcon Sanji with 2. And now you got Yangon Sanji with 3. They literally did a meme. They did a bit. I think during like day 2 or 3.
Which is, I mean, very good.
2, I think.
Very good.
Where like they actually did the Spider-Man meme. It was very funny.
In this game, there's not necessarily a hero that counters.
Hello, Dark Striker.
As a matter of fact,
welcome to the stream.
Right, so that's also something here where Pro Esports, they have a good dive hero in the Fanny as well as the Claude, and optional dive with the Glue as well as the Fulvius. So this Gord shouldn't have a good time, but hey, who knows?
Sanji number 3. Yes.
And what does
just like how San is 3. We should all change our name to Sanji and just add more eyes. Yes.
Go into Fulvius,
it's not great, but hey, ignore the Fulvius, then you're good. Moskov gets picked up
Claude
here for YG.
Moskov.
Should be able to deal with the Fanny, and to a certain extent,
and Uranus
Uranus
EXP.
Up,
okay.
like we've been talking about.
This is a very standard comp from YG. This is like before this patch comp.
Is more of a support than a tank.
Okay.
Right? You still need a front line.
Pro Esports just need their mid laner. I think there are just a multitude of options out there. The Lilia still there. If they
Lilia
want,
sounds great.
Lilia sounds great in this lineup.
Even Valir is gonna be super annoying.
Yeah. Previously they used Vexana. I don't know if they want to go for that again.
Vexana ban.
Oh.
So yeah, I feel like Lilia and Valir are 2 very good anti-tank options that they can go for. Honestly, I'm good for either. If they want to increase another unique hero, they could pick up an Aurora.
Oh.
I like me an Aurora.
Has not been seen for years at this point, but they pick up the Zetian instead. So
unique.
They want some scaling when it comes to the late game in case the Fanny doesn't work out.
Guys, in terms of execution, who do you think leans towards it being a simpler job to get it done?
I don't know if I'm just more used to seeing the Fred and the Gord and how simple the lineup of YG is, but I feel like definitely mechanics-wise, it's also the easier to pull off lineup compared to Pro Esports lineup right now.
I agree. It's just that I would say Pro Esports, they're scaling. Maybe they're able to outscale, but that one is more of a...
YG are relying too much on Moskov and Gord. They are. It is quite risky. Since you could argue, well, maybe Moskov can handle himself, but Gord is pretty vulnerable to Fanny. They picked Fredrin to counter Fanny. Is this the first Fredrin pick, actually? Have we had another Fredrin pick? Yeah, in MSC?
Second series of the day. It's all upper bracket for the next 2. Let's send it over to your casters, Naisu and Mirko.
Thank you so much for the breakdown and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's our second match of the day here. This one, not an elimination match. It's to find out who's going to move forward to get to that knockout stage. Will it be Yango and Galacticos or Pro Esports? Both teams, Mirko, have been looking darn good. These drafts, though, a little bit of a throwback, I feel like, now that we've been through so much.
This is honestly a pretty standard game in general. I think like both teams are playing pretty normal lineups. Nothing too unusual.
Hannah already pointed out, but the fact that Pro picked up the Phobia, still though banning out the Arlet. And YG really seems like they're going back to comfort, something that they used to win MSL Myanmar. Back again, it's Han on the Fredrin.
Fredrin in the jungle is just a very different change of pace, you know, from what we've seen so far. A lot of assassins duking it out, but now you get a Fredrin, which, you know, makes sense with the lineup because you can play around that durability that this gives you. You know, if you take a look at the emblem setups too, you're playing with a lot of speed with the Marcel, obviously being that kind of annoying support slash roam that
Oh, here comes Fanny. Holy shit. Coily has fast hands, alright. I don't even know if he stole the buff or not, because if Fredrin had it, he doesn't anymore.
Fredrin, well, I'm on a Fanny. This is the assassin meta. Is that where we're going right now?
I guess. Coily. Straight into the
Coily is definitely like a rising star here.
I did expect that.
Like, he was out playing Skies.
Walks up. Well,
You can see how fast he moves overall.
Han was able to secure
Han actually trying to steal a camp away.
Trying to steal this away
To
from
try and
Coily.
catch up,
At least
does
he-
manage to steal it to even up the
At least
EXP.
something. Turtle's up though. Both junglers have those retributions ready. They'll get in position for this one, but Young Galactico is going to go ahead and get that space to work with. There they go.
There's the Gord ult, the glue is gone. Coily forces the flicker from the Gord. Han nearly dead already. Zetian still continues to be a very good Fredrin counter.
Back to level on the board.
All right, so a bit of a trade. No one going to get the turtle just yet. Jungler is going to grab their buffs for this one. We'll take a look at the replay by STC. Great setup here, you know, to go ahead and capitalize that Mystic Gush, utilizing the Fredrin kit, but you get a lockdown, and you can see how dangerous it is for Han, though, because if he's, you know, in this vicinity of the rest of the team fight, he's actually shredded down quite quickly. It's just not tanky enough just yet.
We gotta take a look at the items right now. We're talking about how Han can actually like deal with Pro, right? He's on the way to the Dreadnought armor. I feel like he should have just rushed that straight up. He went for the Ares belt first, a bit more HP, trying to play around with the passive and then Praiser's Wrath. Let's see if it works out.
Okay, it looks like Pro is giving this up, yeah. Fanny doesn't have purple, so they're not willing to try it. Flicker, taunt, connects. Phobius still trying to sustain. Coily comes through. This is the tri-push! That's the worst place for you to be when there's a Fanny in the game. Gets the double kill. They lift up the Fredrin as well. Pro Esports are in control, boys.
Like it would have been okay for YG on the way they went through that.
Oh, and Felix survived all of it too.
Damage, but yeah,
That was the initial hero they engaged on, the Phobius.
That being caught in those choke points around the walls, around the jungle, is not where you want to be. And you know, just after getting that objective, that turtle, it all falls apart here. This was going so well, but then look at the back line. Coily has all the room to work.
You have to be very careful about overdiving in this meta, because like there's a lot of high mobility assassins around. If you overdive and your backline has to catch up,
Also a bit of a whiff from Blake.
then they become very vulnerable.
To keep Kaiser from getting initiated on, but it only found Kaiser. Gave Coily the opportunity to just wait, go for those cables, and find the double.
Yep.
This is the reason we don't see
So Blink just got his own teammate killed a little bit actually. That golden hour was not ideal.
And that, I guess that's one of the things as we gone.
But
through
in the
days
first
for
place,
MSC
like
is
they
that
dived
they've
too
moved
deep
the
for
meta
that one,
and
and they
some
weren't
heroes
like
that just
properly
feels like just weeks ago we're doing so
properly
well.
grouped
Obviously
for
struggling in a
defensive
sense, but
measures.
this is something
They
I would
thought
say
they'd
you
be
have
able to
work
kill the
if they
Phobius
let's
before
say
it would be an
late
issue,
game,
but
get a
even
little
if they
more
did manage to
durability,
get that kill,
able to go ahead and play around
I
the
feel like they would
golden
have
hour
lost
from Blink
multiple
then,
bodies on
you
the
know,
way
that's one of
out
the
too.
cases, plus the Moskov still
Hello
power
to
picking
the
that
wind.
able to
Welcome
move
to the
through. You do
stream.
have generally a safer laning phase to deal with that Fanny, you know, from Coily approaching. But that's the thing. It's more so if Yangon Galacticos really trying to hold on. You can see Brute Force Breastplate now picked up for Han.
Net
It's
worth
gonna help a
difference
little
is
bit
still
to
even,
deal
and
with
both
that kind
sides
of
do
burst
have good late
physical
game
damage that's
scaling
coming
since we're
through.
playing marksmen.
Second turtle up though, as YG gets space to go ahead and work around
Yeah,
this.
both teams
Coily
basically
in
the
base,
damage
going
comes
to
from the
swing
marksman
anytime
and the
he's ready,
mage.
it's
But
just a
Pro does have a
standoff
little bit of
between
extra
both
with the Fanny.
fighting for this space.
One thing you got to take into account if you're Pro is Sanji in the bottom lane here on the Moskov. He's chosen the Bargain Hunter for a reason.
Fanny clearing wave down bottom while the turtle is dropping low, so it looks like they're not trying to contest. Fredrin will get it. They try to get out. The taunt into the Repraiser's Wrath. Kozen needs the flicker. Meanwhile, down bottom, Coily with the 1v1. So yeah, he went for the kill instead of the turtle. His teammate survived. That does end up being kind of worth, but YG is still farming okay.
Yeah, should go down here. They trade out a kill and a turret. As we look at the replay, once again, this was a really good decision from Coily. Again, he has all the room to work with, even pushed back by the Spear of Misery. It doesn't really matter. He's able to go ahead and find the kill.
I was looking up top, the taunt landed on Kuzin, then we saw the Fury of the Phoenix. So in our eyes, it was like, oh man, Saab popped that a bit late to save Kuzin. Turns out it was a call from Coily probably down below to go for that kill on Sanji. That's why the Fury of the Phoenix was tying for the pickoff on Sanji rather than to save Kuzin up top.
Oh, good flick. That golden hour is kind of badly placed.
That's a shoulder back from Felix, a flicker out, away with the Mystic Gush. Coily with a jump in the cables, pro.
I feel like that golden hour could have covered like almost the entire lane and guaranteed at least one kill there.
Gets stopped in his tracks. Golden Staff here picked up by Sanji.
Oh, they got the pin.
But
Sanji goes down. Claude gets traded by the Uranus under the tower. Here comes Coily. The Fanny is back. Dude, Coily moves fast, dude. Oh, Han under the tower gets the double kill. But Coily gonna pick up another triple. Triple for the Fanny. Mystic Gush, PP.
What a bloodbath from that top lane. Both teams able to get multiple kills. As we take a look at the replay brought to us by STC again. Fury of the Phoenix is great. And look at both junglers. They have their moments here. Han cleared out that mid lane. He makes his way up to the top. He sees multiple health bars low up on this tier 1. He sees his moment because he knows Coily's having his own. So might as well go
that appraiser's wrath.
Gets that double, but essentially will go down. And also really good response from Kaise to come back.
Does Coily have a Sky Piercer?
So this trades across the board.
Because if he does, he's gonna be pretty dangerous.
Setting up for this first Lord here. Now that it's up. So this is again.
Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce the glue's name. Is it like PPP, you know? Is it like just P dragged along, you know?
More of this bulwark front line, while Coily is everywhere. He's 7-0-1 right now.
Do you think that any time his teammates asking for help, they like he thinks they need to go to the bathroom? You know, like if his teammates are in trouble, then they're like, "Oh, I need pee," and he's like, "Oh, did you drink too much?"
You know, like kind of think twice about going in. Coily against a Marcel and a Moskov walks up like that, or flies.
Just pee. I see. I see.
Again, it's different in the hands of junglers like Coily. Again, he makes his way through this team fight.
Goes in. Oh my God, he does get the kill. The lethal ignition. Dude, I was saying like you can't give Coily Hirara, but now I'm just kind of like thinking, I don't think you can give him anything, man. This guy is moving fast on with those fingers.
That's a mount already. That means the Lord is going to be free again. Han.
Han is being pulled away. Coily's kind of low. Uh-oh! Mistakes were made! But Kozen gets it! How? They finally killed the Fanny and somehow they don't get the Lord. Good luck for me and not for the tourney. When is it starting? Is it starting soon?
Get that Lord. Kozen was able to go ahead and secure it, I believe, just in that midst of that fight because Coily went down. That's also a big shutdown though. Taking out Coily like that. So for now, Yangon Galacticos, they found a little bit of momentum to work with. They should clear out this Lord relatively easy. And now some of that gold starting to build up.
Soon? Alright. Is it just the two of you? Kind of a curious combination of peeps there.
The execution part, the micro part when it comes to these team fights. The biggest threat here too.
Like how did that happen actually?
Against Coily. If he's taken out and he doesn't have a flicker and he doesn't, you know,
oh, this SOD connected.
To go with,
Fanny able to fly away.
Because your whole game plan is I'm gonna get a stun off, Mystic Gush real quick, get some people low, and build off of that. But he knows he's gonna be a target, and so now for YG they have to adjust these team fights.
And it's just so sad to see the golden hour now 2 times. First time was okay, that was just unlucky by Blink. Second time,
Uma Musume PH Community ML Tourney. Wow. What an interesting
But Han went for
interesting
retreat.
situation.
Because the Lord was still in golden hour, the retreat went to one.
How come y'all didn't invite like
That's why
Lilo
Kozen was
then?
able to steal it away.
Yeah, once again, Marcel, that golden hour is so valuable, but at the same time, sometimes it can backfire in a way that you don't expect. Now it's pretty much even across the board, except for the fact that you got a couple extra turrets for pro esports off that Lord take.
Or
off
like
that Lord
other
push.
peeps.
Helps
Just
open the
kind of
map a little bit
curious.
for them, but they still have plenty of time to go ahead.
What's
and
the
find
prize
something here.
also?
got
Like,
some
do you
pressure
get
on this
anything, you know, if you win?
they're gonna all
Ooh,
in
that
on
glue. He has to flicker out. There's multiple ultimates gone, actually. That's a big period of Phoenix.
Onto a choke point, Han with a taunt, onto 2. Ying still trying to buy some time as Han pops P.
Okay, they fight back again.
Because Lilo is hiding in my wall? Ah, you're right, yeah. My bad. I think the signal is not good over there. Uma merch! Oh damn, okay. I'm sure y'all want some of that.
Aside from the Gord, Kaize, for Coily to go ahead and get, you know, because just again, you have enough durability at this point, and you have to start to rely on your both gold laners to turn the tides of these team fights. But you'll see it here. This is a team fight comes through. P surviving this is also crazy. Good use on the defensive flicker, staying alive, and then he mounts up and brings back into that Fury of the Phoenix blink. So really good timing there. But Han also gets his revenge. Again, he had a tough start to the game on this Fredrin, but so far he's really found footing.
And the gold lead is non-existent for YG versus Pro. We should have expected this coming into this matchup. YG with a dominant game against GK to make it here. Pro with a crazy upset victory over Selangor Red Giants.
A dodo from your computer tell mom that a server exists as such. Yeah, I guess Lil. Oh man, the poor glue is just getting gourded every single time.
Sanji clearing out mid.
YG now playing a strong front to back.
Oh, they're gonna fight for this Lord here. It's at half health. They know they're down P. They're gonna just blitz this Lord though for YG.
Here comes. What? What? The Phobia stole the Lord? How the fudge?
Just happened?
Was that just a dark wave? Like,
no way. We gotta get
How?
What?
We have to
Of
see it.
all people?
Again, that Fury of the
I'm
Phoenix
gonna go
is
back and
really
look at that in a
They're trying to
moment.
hold on to this mid turret, but man, another Lord.
Uh-oh.
Nice flicker. Okay, I'm going back to look at that. What the fudge?
Flicker. Get out of
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, he's
Coily is in a.
Oh my god, with a crowd.
Oh my god, he's playing a dangerous game. He's still going in. This guy's crazy. Okay, now he's out. Okay, let's have a look at that Lord once again.
They're gonna just blitz this Lord though for YG.
Han's trying, the golden hours placed out.
Oh my god, he dark waved it. That's crazy. What?
He still has flicker.
He
can
actually
just
got it with skill too.
clear things out. The fight for these buffs though, man. P taking a ton of damage too. Goes in trying to take down a tier 2 turret. Lord makes its way up top now. Oh, Coily gonna be stopped here. Clearing out the Lord. This might be all they get. They do get some damage done to that top base turret, but still, YG's base defense and their composition will clear things out relatively quick.
I thought that was first skill then smash. I don't know. I don't think he was close enough to first skill it. It looked like second skill.
Next one, man. It's going to be so important for either team to go ahead and secure that to get this momentum as we look.
Well, no, I guess I cursed YG. Hey, you did say they would win 2-1. You know, if Pro does win this one, you're technically not wrong yet. Review once more later? Okay.
This is why even after those nerfs,
Hold on, I'm going to the bathroom.
still finds itself at a pretty good spot in the drafts, right? Still Prio, ban in the first phase, especially with the Assassins coming back into meta. Felix, though, he's had a tremendous game on the Fovia so far. That Fovia steal, it shouldn't even be possible. Again, I would have loved to see the instant replay there. How did he get his hands on it? Because it didn't really look like Coily was in a position to steal. Han had a free retry, it almost looked like.
Yeah, again, at this point, that retribution battle needs to come down between the two junglers here for this next one, but both teams have been showing that they will go for pickoffs if they can. It's a bit of a tough game, I'd say, for YG too, just because you got to keep tabs on Coily. Where's he pushing? Where is he going? As you look at the difference here between the XP laners, what they've been able to go ahead and secure, of course, for each other, but Ying can essentially do the same thing. We saw that in the earlier team fights, you know, be in that front line for them. He can help kind of give that vision too. Phovius, though.
Whoa. Oh, hold on. Trying to cut him. Nice try.
Yeah, he's able to get away just fine. Again, you got to keep tabs on Coily. Any fanny like this is going to play that move, but YG has the same option with Sanji.
That's the thing.
Okay.
There's still so many ways they can play this again. YG.
It is still pretty even right now, though, it looks like.
Uranus to play on those far lanes to match the Fanny. Heck, I think they might even be able to clear it out. Oh,
ouch.
wait, Kuzen can't be standing behind those minions like that, man. The piercing damage of Sanji starting to hurt.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, Mystic Gush was wasted. Uh-oh.
That's some key.
Uh-oh.
Ultimates
They
down.
need that.
For YG, did Pro Esports
I don't think
just
they can
get
kill the
right
glue
into
without
slow?
Mystic Gush.
They're gonna make their way. Coily already got his buff. They're gonna try to zone out the rest of YG.
He already pushed in the bottom lane. So now
Pro needs the blitz. Yeah, they need the blitz while the Gord ult is gone. Fear Defeat comes out. They secure the Lord. Spear of Destruction connects. I don't think he should take that, though.
There's no way he takes it with 4 members corralling over that landed SRG.
Yeah, look, glue cannot die without Gord ult.
He's still able to escape for a bit, but the pass is right there again.
Oh, Corlina accidentally gets hit. Oh, the Mystic Gush misses again.
Should just be happy with the Lord. Blink wants a bit more. Ying now walks up Kozen, trying to punish Flicker out from Ying.
Okay, this is just has to be a disengage. They got the Lord to deal with. You're seeing how much of a push and pull it is for both team compositions now at this stage of the game to really execute it properly based on the ultimates they have plus those battle spells. Once again, with that Lord coming up, again, this isn't the evolved one, so YG shouldn't have a problem potentially even holding on to their base turrets. Maybe they lose one on this depending on how Pro Esports plays it as they clear these waves out. It's a little trouble.
Fanny stole the buff.
On approaching this because
Coily is so annoying. He's so effective.
In those waves, those powered up waves, you might even just get a tier 2.
But man, that Lord is melting fast. They're not even letting it hit the tower.
It's even difficult for Sarma.
Yeah, no damage to the tower from the Lord.
And it looks like that's
We're hitting late game. All the damage is out.
YG have, right?
Even though Pro have the lead, it's hard to really say for sure. Uh-oh, the taunt.
To attack this front to back, to break the formation, but when YG are defending, there's no chance you can break that formation. They're playing under those turrets, right? And that's why with Sanji and Kaize, as long as these two are still alive and those frontliners can just hold in front with the towers, there's no way Pro can actually siege them down. They're gonna have to win it through a team fight.
Yeah.
Just ban all the fast-moving assassins against Coily. You can't, though. It's just not really possible.
Get a couple hits on the turret. Do it on the other side.
Even if you get rid of like Fanny and Ling and Hirara, you know,
the pick-off potential.
they're still gonna have things like, I don't know, Nolan,
Can we actually find someone out?
Suyo.
But then the teams.
So I suppose those would be less effective. So you could make the argument. Oh, Coily got it. He got the buff again.
Ruthless on the Fanny. Use the cutthroat.
Yeah.
I don't think you need the ban Joy.
Yeah,
Joy is quite manageable these days. I wish they would buff Joy again. I miss playing her.
At least if he can get it for the Lord here, it's going to be 30 seconds
over
quality. Yeah, exactly. You know, and that one will be evolved too. This is a very different game one than what we've seen so far throughout MSC, especially, you know, you're reminded once that Fredrin gets picked up and a lineup is kind of built around it, this kind of utility jungle concept, it's very different, bit of a different pace. Pete
just walks out of there, blink, frozen moment.
Okay, Fear the Phoenix comes out. Coily looks for the entrance. Golden Hour is actually pretty big. Oh, the Appraiser's ref didn't really connect because of the Golden Hour.
For an angle to go with the cables. Just trying to bait those resources from YG. Again, nobody falls. Just a flicker burnt for Kaize.
No one is dying, dude. We're 20 minutes in. This is a pretty close battle.
This battle of resources at this point. Coily, as hell of a start that he had in this game, he knows that he can't just throw himself into the arms of YG. And so he's going to continue to push down that bot, it looks like. At least cut that wave through. YG's going to make an attempt on this Lord. It's half felt right now, but Coily will be here in time to face off.
He has no flicker. They know they're going to try
He
to
actually trying to survive. Oh, Fear the Phoenix is a big one! Right in the choke point!
So much time. Sanji caught in the dark wave. Now the blazing duet from Kuzen.
Oh, Sanji.
They're looking for Sanji. They're chasing him down. He's trying to survive and honestly doing a pretty darn good job of it.
Trying to buy some time as Blink Is it a 1v1 against Coily? It's an all-out fight everywhere in the map. Again, Coily trying to chase Blink down. He's running.
Finally gets the kill on the Marcel.
And assassinated up top.
Oh, I thought that was a nice block, though. I thought it was going to land on Coily, but man, they bought
I
some
still
time,
need
but Pro
to
Esports-
unlucky Hirara. I don't know what that means. Unlock, you mean? I keep forgetting because I just use her in scrims. I
They
see.
reset the Lord. I have to go. Let's look at this replay again. Started things up with Mystic Gush over here. This fight breaks off into two areas. Collapsing down, golden hour used into that Fury of the Phoenix. Meanwhile, also a real cam. It looks like
Yeah, the SOD would have hit Fanny. It actually would have killed him if Claude didn't happen to be standing right there. And I don't think he was trying to block, he was just taking Lord. But if he was trying to block, well played.
Focusing on the right targets. Golden hour, it just feels weird in some of these instances because it's like it's clearly there to stop the momentum of a fight, but sometimes it ends up just kind of splitting things off in an odd angle for YG.
So now it's back to the defense of YG. They have a good composition to defend, but Pro have an evolved Lord now. At 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep, everyone is full build now.
Wind of Nature
Almost.
for Kuzen. Bootless at this point for both of the gold laners.
Okay, clear out these waves. Lord is up top. It's gonna get that charge in.
Will Pro finally be able to end? Hard to say. Front to back comps are very good at base defense.
Potentially losing some more base turrets. Conceal's going to be used from Pro Esports though.
Double top from Han now with the
Mystic Gush is solid, but there's a Winter Crown used. Coily goes in, takes out Blink in the blink of an eye. The Lord finally melts away. They're focusing down Ying, down to 1% HP. Survives, appraises Raph, only connects with one, doesn't do quite enough. Minion waves are maintained.
Okay, YG lost the base turrets, but it's okay. They're still in the game. They've got some more waves to deal with.
Does Pro still want to push? They are in a 4v5 situation, so there is reason to try.
Ying again, pops into consecration, baiting the mini waves over to the right side of the map. Sanji clearing it out.
But they don't quite have strong enough minions.
Pro are still lingering.
Oh, that was close.
The Mystic projectile landed.
You gotta keep an eye out for the Mystic Gush. You never know when it might come out of nowhere.
That's all they get. Pro Esports off that evolved Lord will take down and strip the base of those turrets. Taking the disciplined route, even amidst the lead they have, it's just YG still able to fight up. They're still able to do well. This is where we start to see the item swaps come into play. Winter Crowns even being picked up. You've got multiple across the board here for YG. Wind of Nature sitting on Sanji. Sanji has been doing a great job just staying alive because he's so pivotal for them.
A nice pun.
To
Thank
be
you.
able to stay in this game.
Blink and you miss it.
Very, very happy with his Mystic Gush timings, but he's got to go in a way where we saw in that last fight where he pops the Winter Crown, he Mystic Gush. It's still being used even when he's frozen, but again, it's better for him to go ahead and do that in the base. But this time, now 24 plus minutes in the game, this Lord, I don't know, man. If Pro Esports able to secure it, even with this kind of defensive lineup YG has, I don't think you can defend against that. Coily's still pushing in that
Coily, there's always a possibility that the Fanny just goes in and backdoors. So Yangon is in a tough spot.
Even with the
Pro Esports needs to use that actually. They gotta, yeah, they're split pushing. They will see that Sanji is like clearing the wave. Obviously he can join the fight with SOD, but they're gonna try and engage. Ying able to survive. Quite a lot of resources used there, so Pro needs to be careful now.
This is a Lord dance as ever. Still half health on it. Fury of the Phoenix still.
Damn, dude, this is still only game one. These teams are going at it. Neither of them wants to go down to the Team Liquid bracket. I guess the two-man. Coily in trouble. Mystic Gush can't secure the Lord, but look at Coily! Look at Coily! He's trying to go for the back. I don't think he can kill the base in time, especially if it's. Oh, Coily's dead.
First kill of the game, and it's a massive shutdown. Both junglers, though, will be taken out.
A last-ditch effort.
Bit of a mistake made there by Pro, actually.
The Lord was secured by YG. Really good timing.
His team really needed to try and run them down a bit more to see if they'd be able to stop them from chasing down the Fanny.
Now, 45 seconds for Coily to be up. Can Pro Esports delay this further? And without Han,
No.
the same thing. Is Ying going to be the guy to go in and tank this, lead this, or will it be Blink?
That was a very, very important opportunity for Pro. They failed to capitalize on it. I get the feeling it might be GG for them because of that
Catches 3.
alone.
No follow though. Felix is able to escape. That Fury of the Phoenix from Sa, buying them a bit of time. Now can they clear this Lord? Base turret, I think, will surely fall. Sanji's on it already. But hold a second, after that charge, it doesn't seem like YG have the resources
Oh, one hit.
to push it forward even more. It's just gonna be the base turret taken by the Evolved Lord.
This is a close game.
Able to defend through the wins they got all the way from the start of the game. Those base turrets on the side lane, nice.
Yeah. So Pro Esports, mind you, again, they were up quite a bit, 7,000-ish gold. Again, at this point, it's more about switching the items, but they did lose that lead that they had. They also lost a base turret off of that. So YG now in a position, now in a seat to actually go ahead and be in a better position to win the next Lord fight. The biggest thing for Yangon Galacticos is literally just dealing with whatever Coily is going to do. He's the only guy that can push the opposite side of the map. And Sanji so far has been the guy that YG has counted on to deal with it.
Oh, dude.
No Mystic Gush, but it's probably gonna be back off cooldown once the next opportunity comes.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this to last so long, dude.
For YG to play around with. Some big waves down bot that they're gonna have to deal with too here, but it's just
like
playing around each other.
this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, and now I'm starting to wonder whether I want to keep streaming until the ONIC match because I want to cheat.
Point. You're gonna see these potions being picked up now too. 28 minutes, man. This has to be, if not our longest, one of the longest so far.
It's gotta be the longest at this point.
Fighting for this Lord up. It's gonna take some time to go ahead and take this one down as both teams get in position. A whole lot of immortalities to play around too. Sanji clearing up that bottom side. Seal's gonna be used. Pete pushing out Han here. Just fighting for this space right
This
now.
Fanny needs purple. He needs to go get his purple.
Space around the Lord, but it's just too much to hold.
That wave bot is just so annoying.
Put Subway Surfers gameplay.
Send someone down below.
Oh, that was close.
Nearly lands.
A good idea.
Was the one to give him vision for that attempt. And that's where the mechanics come through. 28 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the macro, obviously, but you have to be clutch in these moments. You have to be the one to make the play to win the team that game.
This is like the most macro game we've seen so far. I feel like one of the biggest ones too at this point.
Well, Coily.
Game one, Coily's just gonna go ahead and sit down to that bot side, but look who's
Oh,
rotating
they're trying to go for the Fanny down there. Mystic Gush used, but the glue is
already
alive. They got the pin!
Oh,
The Fanny's dead!
Big whiff. Coily stays for a
Big
too long, gets
mistake.
caught by the Spear of Misery from Sanji.
It had to be also that snapshot, right? I mean, they got him on the wall there too. That spear. That is a huge pickup, and now without Coily for 60 seconds, a whole minute. YG cleared out the waves, and they know they have the space to work with for this Lord. Mr. Gush.
Oh, the glue is dead.
Fear the Phoenix P.
Glue is definitely dead.
As well. Good taunt and the pierce from Sanji. Ying taking very low. Kuzi gonna be looking for the play.
Claw going in. Claw just not doing enough damage.
Has to flicker out. Big Claw with a busy projectile. Goes in as immortality, but he's gonna go.
Uh-oh, that's GG. That's GG. Yangon has done it. Kuruel's curse has not gone through after all. We spoke too soon. Because this is a 30-minute game.
But it won't be enough. It's a big wipe for YG as they come back in game.
Damn. That took some effort.
Defense.
That took some time, y'all.
Galacticos to hold on strong, even when down for the majority of that game. A composition built around base defense. Well, you see exactly what that can pull off here. Really good timing, really good game sense to make that play in the bottom lane, find Coily, and then make something out of it. They knew that they either had an option. If we get Coily out,
I'm getting weaker, Kuruel says. But surely that's a good thing, right? It's starting to go from being a curse to actually being a right. You may actually just be correct now.
From STC with this one again, very strong shot. showing though from Pro Esports. Coily on this Fanny, phenomenal, but eventually it kind of falls to a different point of the game. You know, you're not able to go ahead and just sweep in like this, get kills. Han really held on, built up that durability, and you know, you got to give it up to Yangon Galacticos to hold on together.
But kind of strange. The claw just clearly wasn't doing enough damage, it feels like.
Yeah. We have to say this. This is meta. A few patches ago, this was the best composition he could go for.
Like,
but in the current meta,
he was trying to go in the Blazing Duet. Like, he couldn't even kill Marcel, actually. So that is just a little bit concerning, I will say.
Crazy steals, honestly, crazy mistakes as well, but then adapting and downloading the pro movements.
But yeah, Coily getting picked off while going for the split push was a very unfortunate case. He really should not have committed here.
Teams just have each other's numbers. They're playing so well around each other, whatever they decide to draft. You know, and again, it's all about that execution factor, and it was executed really well by Yangon Galacticos. So let's go ahead and throw it over to the panel to see what they have to say about Game 1.
Thank you guys so much. Great matchup there to kick off our second series of the day. It was Yangon Galacticos with the defense of
Cursed energy was used on TLPH.
Stalled out the efforts.
Yeah, that probably expended all of your curse energy, because you know how much energy it takes to curse liquid like that? You probably used like all of it at once. Hold on.
Wins. Might need to stay on the ban list for now. Welcome back. My name's Ray Day. Brigitte Lefel joining me on panel. That was the longest game of the tournament so far.
Yep, it was. And it was off the back of a really good defense. It's a Moskov and a Gord who was just always defending until the very end. And I think I really want to credit a lot of it to these two players, just because of the fact that I don't think this was Han's best game. So,
but hey, I said 2-1, remember. True, anything can still happen. Yeah, I'm gonna check on the state of dinner. Give me a moment, y'all.
Here's the thing, you came in, I would say, at the right meta where there's a lot of assassins, where the game is pretty dynamic, but imagine this is basically our life for the past 2 years, where tank jungles are a thing, so almost every game goes above 20 minutes. Because something about tank junglers, they can just hold on for dear life until eventually you make one good play,
back soon.
and then you win that way.
I'm waiting for
2 seconds. I said the
my
longest
fam
one.
helping me
on there, but
get
maybe it was
take
like
out
1 and 59 or something.
since they actually went out to the mall.
I think this was really a good showcase
while I was live and all of that.
With Coily and Han, I think Coily actually played quite well, but also I think there was, like you maybe had mentioned earlier, just this meta's past, a glimpse of what your life used to be. Maybe that's just not.
I will say that game lasted so long that I, you know, kind of started zoning out. Maybe I actually did need Subway Surfers gameplay in the corner.
Han has been denied of the bus. The orange buff, he only got 12.
Damn, I didn't know there was a state called dinner.
Only got 15. Coily got 17 again. And look at the objectives as well. Like,
there's also a state called Hungry, because I haven't had dinner. Perhaps I should go visit the state of dinner soon.
Not a great game for Han, and yet somehow, someway, again, with the Gord as well as the Moskov, they were able to hold out long enough until
I'm looking at Twitter now and people sharing stuff from the keynote.
With you, there might be a bit more question as to whether or not this pre-patch quote-unquote meta is still actually effective currently. Because I don't even want to point out anything about the draft that we saw from Pro Esports, because they were able to really make it work. Yeah. They found the early game, secured it in their hands, and you saw highlights after highlights, especially from Coily. But it just boiled down to that one mistake down bottom around the 28 or 29 minute mark, and eventually another one from one of their carries, Kozen too. So these were the two players who could just not afford to go down, but in that sequence,
okay, I think I hear them back. Give me a sec. BRB everyone, perhaps I'll bring it in here.
It was a style that they ended up needing to draft around, having seen the Fanny come out, the talent of Coily. and he put it to great display. He showed how effective that character could be, but it wasn't enough. Leading the entire time, Pro Esports stumbled at the very end. YG maybe made them stumble, and they got the win. Game 2 is upon us, but Lefel, before we do that, break down what you saw in Game 1 that led us to this longest game of the tournament so far.
So I agree with Brigitte, we don't have to look at the draft too much, but I feel like we still have to talk about two things here. The reason why I say when it comes to the late game, it's going to be a skill matchup between the teams is because if you go to the late game, the Moskov as well as the Gord is amazing just because they clear the lanes very fast. The Moskov has an added advantage where even while he's clearing the minions, he can attack enemy. In comparison to what Pro Esport has, I would say the weakness of him trying to end the game was having this Zetienne. Zetienne is pretty good at sieging, just not enough, I would say, firepower to make the Uranus, you know, worried, to make the Fredrin worried. So the front lines really don't care that much getting attacked by the mage, hence not giving time for the Claude to actually attack the turret for himself. So now we're going to be looking at some clips here. We're going to look at the early game, and this is the effect. One of the reasons why, yes, I'm standing up, but as long as you're comfortable, right? One of the reasons why we don't see a lot of Fredrin is because he has been nerfed in the HP department. Rarely do we see this when Fredrin starts off in his own jungle, and look at how fast Fredrin got bursted down. And in that moment, we even saw Fredrin get level 4 first, and then the Fanny. So not even had a level advantage, and yet the damage is just you know, he can't sustain it. And then going for the second thing here. This is honestly just glazing the Fanny of Coily, because look at this situation. I feel like for all of the Assassin players, they know how difficult it is, where if we're going to be looking closer into the minimap here, you can see that the Gord as well as the Claw, they're protected. They're behind a wall. They're close to the turret. This is a situation where you don't really see Assassins going in for the kill, and yet you look at how Coily uses this entranceway. Like, there's not a lot of situation where you can go through here and be safe. The only reason why he is safe is because the rest of the front line are here.
Food is here.
Zero protection down back. All of the damage dealers are here. Thank you very much.
MPL should have a buff taken in their graphics, but we do, don't we?
He just goes. There's no protection.
I'm pretty sure we have one.
That sequence was amazing. But then as we go through, some mistakes start to creep
Like,
in.
I remember very clearly seeing it in the stat screen after every game.
And we also look at the highlights.
ML is truly hell. Are you playing ML, Lilo?
He should not be.
Yeah, I feel like recently the game has just not been the most like entertaining. Not to mention, for some reason, my connection to the game is also kind of sus. You know, I keep having like micro, like just random lag spikes and like micro stutters and all of that. It makes gaming really annoying, you know.
And by the time it expires, it kind of doesn't get used anymore. So this is the first mistake coming in from Pro Esport. They do things differently here.
Let me get something to put under this, just in case.
This is basically the final one, where this is one of the rare times that Han finally gets a win around the Lord, and that's like 25 minutes. And then at this point, this is where winning really counts on skill and a little bit of luck, because Coily was trying to end the game here, but then as he's reaching forward, he got hit by the SOD. Look at how perfect that hit really was. And then Coily was next to the base as well, so he will get stunned up if the SOD did not hit. I don't know about you, Brigitte, but do you feel like Coily could have ended the game?
I feel like he can. Thank you so much, Rain Day. There's a world where he can, especially as you could see.
Every time I play Ling MVP defeat,
see how it's just taking a bit more time for Kaide to go in. He doesn't have the Mystic Dash either.
Yep.
So he can only rely on basic attacks.
He honestly could have ended the game, and I would say those are the two mistakes that happened for Pro Esports, which is the Lord at the 9th minute of the game, as well as at the end of the game, they just don't have enough firepower to actually end it.
She couldn't let her card fall. I get it. It's okay.
It's okay.
Gotcha.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
We're moving and grooving over here. You know, this could have been a standing.
Hey, this is our whole stage.
This is our home.
We can stand if you want.
We sit, we stand, we do it all here at MLBB. What a fun, game.
We're a fun bunch.
Again, this is such a fun bunch. You guys are obviously fun, but this game is so fun. It's so great to dive into it. I loved the you know, coming from Apex, right? I mean, we're so focused on the game and where the game goes, how it evolves, how it grows. We are fans of that. We want the best for that. This game, it just the sky is the limit. Obviously, so big around the world and so many great communities who are involved in it. Games like that. If you're a
My
fan
team
coming
either
in and
ass
saying,
or
"It's
enemy
season
comp
26, I wanna
completely.
check
I
out
F3
MLBB.
and my
Maybe it's
team
my
sucks.
first
I
time
see.
checking out this game."
That's unfortunate.
That is one of the reasons why you
But
say,
yeah,
wow,
ML
this
just
fireworks, and I could just
kinda-
jump on this right away, maybe play
kinda,
alongside,
yeah.
grab your phone, grab your tablet, jump in, bang, bang, let's do it. I love it.
Become a bang banger.
Yeah, we got a bang banger alongside us.
Let's go,
All
man.
right.
I'm having a blast. I know you guys are as well. Let
I
us know in the
shall
chat if you're having fun as well.
proceed
Any
to
co-streamers also,
have my
hopefully you
mukbang
guys are
once
enjoying
again,
this.
everyone.
Flying Cloud will be where we set up the stage for our
Has everyone
second
had
matchup.
dinner already?
It was all pro esports until the very end. And I
We've
guess
been
that's my
live
biggest
for a
question
little
to
bit
start
at
with the
this
second
point.
draft.
Yep.
Did it go right?
I
when
am
you executed
kind of
wrong? Do you
contemplate,
try
like,
to keep up
originally
that
I
plan
was
and say, listen,
thinking
there's
like,
little ways
hey, maybe I should
on the
also
board for
watch
us
the
on these
ONIC
moments
game,
where we
you know,
could have
since
won that game. So let's not
Aurora
do
seems
No,
to be
if I-
doing some interesting
honestly,
stuff and I'm kind of curious to watch it.
If I'm
But we have been
Yaron, I
live already for
really
4.5
take
hours,
take away from that game.
and I
Even if
kind
didn't-
of don't know if
even
I
if
want to.
Yeah, yep.
You know, I
Even
feel
if
like the
wouldn't
previous
want to put myself in the
30-minute
same
game
position
kind of
because you
drained a
worked
lot of
too
my energy
hard
already.
for that one win that was the longest game of the entire MSC
Yep.
2. And I think that's enough to show you that it's not going to work against a lineup that pro esports could potentially
You had
put
dinner
up.
with lunch.
Look at the change.
I see.
Yeah, well, you're still seeing respect from pro esports nonetheless. They would rather not have them pick up the Fredrin again.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are other tanks. I mean, not that I want to see it, right? I want to see the assassins.
Yeah.
But also, I do want to say, like, for pro esports, in terms of answering what Rain Day is saying, it's kind of like the only mistake they did was not ending the game.
Right.
Everything else was perfect, right?
Right.
Where personally for me, I would just say, you know what? Glue and
Hi, Boone.
Phobius, you guys
Welcome
don't
to the
matter.
stream.
Dive into the turret. If you die, you die. But let me end the game, because that's, I would say, one of their mistakes. They should have just been brave enough to sacrifice some of their members and then ending the game. But again, going up against a Moskov as well as the Gord, it's kind of difficult to end the game. But now, the Freya does get banned out. Hirara is still open. Same as multiple other heroes like the Eudora, the Zushin.
Yeah.
Quite a lot is still there.
I mean, I think the good thing that's happened here. Oh,
Oh.
boy, we probably did not
Hey.
expect this. But you know what? It kind of gives you an insight, doesn't it, Brigida, into like how
Belleric first pick.
comfortable PP probably felt.
Wow!
on that
Sorry, I
Belleric.
just saw it.
Did SRG win?
That's kind of how we've been
They
winning.
did,
That's how we feel
barely.
comfortable, So we should just prioritize that.
Yeah, I feel like it's a finally moment here for PP because a lot of their playstyle really revolved around having a really reliable Belleric in the middle of everything, and that hands over the Hirara to end the Eudora. But I think
Fanny.
this is something they should have expected,
Yeah.
right? The fact that they went for the Belleric means that they should have pretty much expected this, and at least they can draft around this hero again, which worked out for them.
Yeah. They don't actually have to change anything. They get PP more comfortable. They get Coily back on the Fanny if they want. And they can start looking at other lanes. Try to secure maybe their mid.
Do I drink
Yeah,
soda?
let's do that.
I mean,
see
I
it.
guess,
Like,
yeah.
They're letting go the Eudora. Do they want to go for tank jungle again?
Like, you mean just
there
fizzy
is
drinks?
still a few heroes that's pretty viable.
'Cause, yeah, I
They
definitely
go for
drink fizzy
Yi
drinks.
Sun-shin instead and a Ruby.
Whoa.
Rainy, for now, I don't think Yi Sun-shin has won a game yet.
Hasn't. No.
So, I don't know how to feel about this one, especially this early. Right, you're showing your hand quite early here.
Yeah.
Because even the Ruby, and it's not like you're seeing a dive comp per se from Yangon just yet, but it seems like pro esports have built on their catch, have built on their capability to just
It looks like for pro esports here, they just want to build a castle around Yi Sun-shin, right? Have
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
utility and then let him free hit.
Well, think about how long that game was, right?
Oh, yes.
The ability to scale, having an
Yeah.
answer for late game. Yi Sun-shin does suffer early, but late. That's where he's going to
Ooh.
shine, right?
And Hirara,
Barat
not like
EXP.
a Ling or a Claude can dive in super fast. She can still dive in, don't get me wrong, but not the same way. And now having the Barats, where I think that's a pretty good answer to what pro esports are already showing, because
Have
when
you tried
Barats
Mountain
gets the
Dew Code
max stack
Red?
of the big
It's
guy,
my
he
favorite
does have some
fruity soda.
resilience
No,
going
I
on.
have not.
He doesn't care too much about
I've
crowd
only
control.
had
He does
regular
care, but
Mountain
not
Dew.
too much. So that's a good way to like just be a front line for the team.
I don't really
and
know
wait
if
for
we
your
even have
opportunity to
other
go
Mountain
in.
Dews here
I gotta
in
say,
Malaysia.
YG is drafting pretty sound. And Pro Esports does seem like they're showing new-ish things here.
Yeah, I agree. It's also making me wonder because I think the probability of us seeing a double fighter lineup in Pro Esports is pretty much very high.
Yeah.
But for YG, on the other hand, who are showing a Hirara right now, I'm wondering, in a Barrett's too, I'm wondering if they're planning to even consider that route as well. Because if they do, then that's going to make things, I guess, that's going to allow them to play around the Hirara, yes, but the range, I think, is going to be a problem.
Melissa. I feel like Melissa would work well against the fortress that Pro Esports is building.
Yeah. As of the moment, they still have that option. They can pick it up.
They banned out the Carmilla. Interesting. We haven't seen a Carmilla just yet, so maybe they got some information about what's going on with Younger Galacticos here. Right now, they can pick up their gold lane if they want, because they don't have the gold lane as well as the roamer. And I feel like showing either or doesn't exactly expose the draft too much. Because it's not like, oh, you show Melissa, I'm going to pick up something like a Farsight to kill you. There's
I think honestly now, meta,
And you know that the Yi Sun-shin is going to the jungle anyway, so there's less things
you
to
really
worry
just
about.
gotta have a lot of
At
CC.
this point, really just a potential
Like if you don't have enough crowd control,
who knows?
the game is very difficult.
Unique hero.
Whoa!
Another new pick again.
Ixia?
We're going deep here.
If they're going
What?
for
That's a
fighter,
new
the
one.
other fighter has to be a backline.
Yeah, like a Lapu, Benedetta,
Yeah.
Yuzong.
There has to be someone to reach that Ixia because, well, it can
I think
also be the
CC
mage.
is okay. I think CC is okay.
Yeah.
If you want to put CC gold, but Ruby EXP against Barats may not be.
Is there going to be a Matilda?
Or if they don't want to do that, then maybe the
Matilda does work well with both Ixia and Barat, so there is a possibility they have left roam for last. Unless it's something funny and they do like Barat roam or something, but well, makes no sense to do that.
But we've seen one.
So let's see. Oh,
all right, they pick up the Vexana as well as the Uri.
Honestly, it is a very flexible meta though.
Has one win.
I smell Matilda for YG. Yeah, I can see it.
Pretty tough against Eudora.
Yeah.
In my limited experience.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I'm just saying, it's like a matchup that does okay, which it means you're not going to get behind, and you might be able to pressure her out so she doesn't get ahead.
Another element to the fortress. Just add a lord as well, right? This is a clear fortress for Yi Sun-shin. This is a, I don't know, walking battalion? Walking? Not all of them walk even.
It's a strong vanguard for sure. Last pick coming in from YG.
it's all for Coily now.
Synonymous with Myanmar at this point. And
Good call, Dark Striker.
The Matilda.
Good call.
Wow.
So
another unique hero.
And Darren as well.
Coming in from Pro Esports and Young Galacticos, they have
very well identified.
I gotta tell you, Brigida, I do not know how to approach this draft.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at this like a fan. This seems like a fun game to watch.
Yes, it does. I think it's just very specific for Yangon. They can go very specific with their targets, but Pro can go a little more heavy on team fights for this game.
Okay.
Pro analyst, I know exactly what's going to happen. Vexana's going to beat Eudora in mid lane. I can't believe you guys don't know it. My Grandmaster rank games, I already figured that out. Okay, let's send it to two guys who have a better idea of what might take place here. Game 2, trying to tie it up. Nice, Mirko, what's going on?
Hey, we appreciate that, Raid Day. You know, I see you climbing the ranks there, but let's go ahead and jump into this one. It's me and Mirko to bring you the action right now. Again, it's interesting drafts across the board. Another unique pick. Yangon Galacticos, last game paid off with patience because they turned the game over on its head, got the victory. Now, Pro Esports, I like it, man. This is all playing for your Yi Sun-shin. Maybe that's what it's going to take, Mirko, to get him a win because, yes, the YSS hasn't really won anything.
Nope. Been used twice already. P already has used.
Is this the first time as well that we're seeing Coily like not play like a high mobility assassin?
So if Pro want to go front to back, they technically don't need to deal with too many.
Like I know Yi Sun-shin is part assassin, but I think you guys get what I mean.
Have one frontliner who can just go anywhere, you know? That's with the help of the Matilda. And even so, if I recall correctly,
Oh, it's a
Matilda can
ruby
also do some
gold.
interesting things with Onyxia pick, man. You
Against
know,
Ixia, that's a
down
bit
that
tough.
Barrage and Sauron through. So I feel like for Yangon Galacticos, the upper hand here, aside from just Sanji. Okay, that was all right. Burn the flicker. One of the upper hands that I was gonna say. Oh, hold on. Whoa.
A Purify out. First blood for Han still, despite the Purify from Felix.
So that's an upper hand, getting the first blood, but it's also just, again, mobility options that they have to play around with this composition. Taking a quick look at the emblems, you can see where they're going with this. Again, the Matilda is going to have a whole bunch of mobility to work with, and this being Flying Cloud also...
Dude, it's already hard enough normally to kill Hirara. Now you have to kill a Hirara with a Matilda? Like, holy shit, dude.
He's on the tank emblems. Ying knows his job for this one.
Koza's going to be able to take that gold crab away from Sanji. Obviously already won that lane earlier, but Sanji can just walk back up in Flying Clouds very easily. That's the thing. Doesn't matter if you really bully your opponents here this early on with the Flying Clouds map. Oh, big chop by Ying, spits him out as well, gets a stun, and look at the heal from the rest of the team. Felix able to stop that from happening, the pick off on Coily, but he's a bit too low to participate around this turtle fight.
Yeah, I really like that sound effect there, Miko. That was a good one. Now for the turtle, fighting it off. Not sure if they're gonna get in range. Han gets the turtle secure.
Okay, circling Eagle. Oh, not on Sa. He was already a free kill, I'm guessing, for Blink. YG go up 1,000.
Go up 1,000 gold because they've got a couple kills in their favor. A turtle, a little bit of extra gold off these gold platings too, so this is all really starting well for Yangon Galacticos, and I think that's why even our panel was kind of mentioning this with the composition that Pro Esports brought to the table. You know, playing around your YSS.
I'm gonna be commenting less because, you know, I'm eating.
With the Eternal Guard to protect you and give
Don't
you
want to
space.
spray food
But
everywhere.
if you're not able to go ahead and utilize that and let Coily get farmed up here, scale up, it's going to be really difficult for him. I mean,
Yeah, Hirara can do stuff like that when you have Matilda.
Hey, if he can win on a utility jungle in this meta, imagine what he does on a Hirara.
I wonder how he feels after going from a Frederick to a Hirara.
Hey, to be fair, I think Han's just chill with it, man. Like, I don't know how many heroes he has in his pool, you know? Like, we've seen him on a Fanny as well, and then the Fredrin, and now it's going to be the gank onto Kuzen onto the bottom lane. Oh my god, the full barrage as well with the guiding win. Goes still able to stay alive for a bit, though. Good into the on Blink, but he's able to flick around and gets the guiding win.
Yeah, Matilda's so good in this meta.
Able to get away off of that too. I mean, that's dirty to see, but Yangon Galacticos makes it work. Again, they said this is going to be a fun composition to see in motion. Well, there it is. You do something like that. Looking at the replay brought to us by STC. Brings it a little bit too far, you know, but still able to cap out a kill under the turret, and then good flicker usage there to stay alive by Sanji, and then guiding wins on out from Blink.
That's a tilter, bro.
That is.
After losing that close 30-minute game, this is usually what happens, you know, after you lose a close 30-minute game, it might be a quick one in game 2. We saw the Burmese fans earlier.
Yeah.
Up on stage. I got my sound effects approved, by the way, by the king.
the king yourself.
The young man from the Philippines.
Yo, shout out to the king, man.
Shut up, man.
We'll see you really soon. And now for this second turtle. Up here, Pro Esports has control of it, but they wait for Coily to get in range here. Little poke back and forth right now. Both teams, Ying playing up that front side. There's the Mount Shocker.
Pulled in the Dino, the Eternal Guard as well. Bull Barrage comes around. The red tree is good for Coily. Dives out to Han, untargetable for a bit. Able to escape with the help of the Flask of the Oasis. So it ends up being a big win for Pro finally. XP and Turtle.
Yeah, that's something they needed. At least get the objective secured. You don't want to let this scaling happen even further for YG. Up 2,000 gold at this point. That's a Sky Piercer also picked up for Han. They're going to go ahead and just keep Kozen back here. You know, one of the things too, speaking of this, hold on, circling Eagle.
Oh,
Stun?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was going to do the caca, but...
Welcome to the Thunderdome. We need a Thunder effect, man. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if Leo's going to approve that one, but
that one's not.
He'll come up with something better. But that is the interaction that you can expect. One of many that Yangon Galacticos can go ahead and play around. And so for Pro Esports, you know, that's one of the hard things about it is like, what way is YG going to approach our fight? You know, or they more so just kind of have this universal, straightforward approach. We saw it where they're able to go ahead and bully off Yangon Galacticos off of an objective. But even so, if that ends up being the case, you know, once the Lords come to play, the approach is going to be different.
So Pro are just gonna take it slow, but YG scaled pretty well as well with the Ixia, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're just gonna have to find out again. A 2,000 gold lead for YG. We've seen massive gold leads turn around in very, very good games, like yesterday, Falcons Meta against IG. They held like an 8,000 gold lead. IG were able to come back through forcing Falcons Meta to make mistakes.
Seems to be the case, you know, whatever team makes these mistakes kind of gets punished on them. The teams so far that have been competing throughout MSC, they all do that really well. Once they see an overstep from the opposing team, they're able to go ahead and punish it. Now this is also just the nature of the compositions you have, you know, with a Eudora. I mean, there's a reason why the Eudora is picked up so much. One of the top picks right now in that hero pool. Last turtle though, again, playing around that stun that you have, the mobility that Matilda brings. YG will wait for their own moment.
Goes in. Oh, the chop missed. He's going to be pulled back as well. Oh, great taunt to read the flicker too. But it won't be a kill. They're just buying time right now for Coily to get his hands on it.
What?
Up great CC from
How the fuck? Dude, Matilda is so annoying, man.
Steal it away now, Han, locking him down for Sanji to get a few shots in that full
I hate healer supports.
with a walk up, a taunt that doesn't land. And it's the
Your poor Ling win rate. Your only other assassin you had above 50%. Aw, man.
Oh, he picks up the kill with a basic attack through the CC chain.
How many stacks does Han have right now? Can we take a look at that? I mean, I know he picked up the Sky Piercer with it a couple kills ago. Let's take a look at the replay here. This looks like it would be so good for Pro Esports, but Blink with that Matilda coming through on the circling eagle, and then Han able to swoop on, get that, and then capitalize a kill. You know, this is one of the things you got to watch out for. We've seen it before where Hirara gets like max stacks on the Sky Piercer, and next thing you know, you're gone. You know, and so
once you unlock Hirara, I believe.
For this, it might be one
I believe in
you.
you.
Don't want to wait too long, just because of the scaling that's happening here with YG. Now, bringing it further, you can see, okay, couple stacks. So 2 kills off of that when he picked up that.
You have Amon at 71, damn.
That threat of just kind of almost lining up the kills too easily for YG to capitalize on.
Even then, when they're trying to buy some time for Coily to get his hands on a neutral objective, it's just so difficult because they don't really have CC on on Felix. So all he can do is really just stand up front and hope that YG get intimidated by the aura of a Uranus.
All right now too, look at this pressure.
Ooh, again, no CC from Felix, he can't chain it. So I can drop down as much CC as he wants to.
Yeah.
But as long as it's not going to be followed up by a Mountain Shocker, an I'm Offended, or a Don't Run Wolf King, Han's going to be good, bro.
Yeah, Han's got a lot of space to work with, just by himself, basically.
Han.
Yeah. And Han can do this. Han can do this. As this Lord comes up, they get in position. Again, some of the ultimates were used in the previous fight, but they should be back up for this, depending on how Pro Esports stalls this out.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, Mount Shocker used.
Oh, good usage.
Oh.
1v4. Oh, spins him out, gets on.
Whoa! What a play! Did it work though?
Response over, goes in, flicker through, but Han's able to pick up the kill. Now he goes back in. Onto Kuzen.
Oh my god, Hirara. Hirara gameplay, man.
Completely.
Oh, man. Sorry,
That was a sequence of events.
As well, but 2 members going down for Pro Esports, and Yangon Galacticos will make their way to secure this Lord. A little circling eagle here to keep Coily back again. There's still an attempt, it looks like, from Pro Esports.
How do they want to play this one? Kuzen is down. Coily doesn't have enough damage. Han gonna go in. Wait a second, Han. Oh, he baits him everybody into the full barrage. PP taking no flicker in from Sanji. And Han with the red tree now as he walks.
Damn, Yangon is popping off.
YG up with 5,000 over Pro.
That was such a good bait from Han to go ahead and utilize that. They know they have a full barrage in the hands of Sanji. And so just line up Pro Esports into it. And you know they want the Lord. I mean, look at this replay here. Again, Han popping that winner crown.
What a bait.
And just follow in through the full barrage. And then comes in, help clean up. After getting the Lord, that's a whole lot of value for YG off of that fight.
The Ixia is working
in the mid lane. They're not
pretty well. Look at that, my god.
Kuzen just got bleeped out of the game.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, basically. Lord charges in. Oh, okay. Purify used. There's the shields. They're going to pop in mid and bot. Asanji is still down there right now. Down Kozin for 10 seconds. Pro Esports just has to let these turrets get whittled down here. Hans walking in that wave up top. They're trying to hold on to this one holy defense shield. This is such a problem, man.
I think that YSS is just not really working out here.
Pro Esports, you're going to get stunned. Or you're going to get certainly eagled. Or you're going to get Daytona's welcome. Like, this is what I'm talking about. There was so many options that YG can.
Matilda is offering so much healing and shielding too. And the mobility.
Might not be it.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, he's done. No, it's not Coiley's fault. It's a pick. He's done nothing in this game, right? Farming up.
Whoa! Ying!
Finds him as we were talking.
Whoa! Holy shit, dude! And then Han comes from behind. This is bullying. This is a disaster. That's GG. That's actually GG.
Can he get it? His hands on the 80 stacks of the Sky Piercer.
My God, that was beautifully executed.
To the knockout stage of MSC at EWC 2026.
What a dominant game too.
That was honestly really well played.
They just came in.
Like, look at that. Look at that fight. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and look at that.
Coiley's fault. It's a pick. He's done nothing in this game.
Ying
Farming up.
flickers forward. He knows someone's in that bush. He spins backwards. Get the 3-man Daytona stun into the full barrage. And then all this while Han comes in from behind as well.
Throws it back to 3. Ying, what a play on the barrage. And now it's Han on Kozin.
Yangon is strong. Looks like the Kuruel curse did not work after all. Kuruel predicted a 2-1 for Yangon. It was a 2-0. Honestly, I'm honestly surprised the more teams aren't playing Matilda. I feel like she's so good right now.
But then forgetting the plot, everybody else having the time to deal damage, to pick up on those sacks, and once Han got the first 20 sacks, it almost seemed like it was over.
Yeah. Han did again. This Hirara, there's a reason why it's 70% win rate. A plus, 70% plus. Because you do things like this, man.
Time for sdafhaacast. Maybe it is. I don't know if I can do shit like that though.
Dora and Hirara right now, it's almost like, okay. What are we gonna do against that? Because even when you thought you were able to get away, look at that. Boom, stunned. You have nowhere to go. Han can just kind of swoop in, clean up that kill. And, you know, sorry, I'm Felix. He's sorry, but Han's not. He goes and gets that triple. So it's just phenomenal execution here. We're going to have to throw it over on stage, of course, with Milosh for our interview.
Impressive, impressive.
Hello, my friends, and yes, congratulations. They advance on. It's Yangon Galacticos. What a performance we had, especially that game 1. What a long bout. Sanji, thank you very much for joining me on here. That game 1 was incredible. A 30-minute back and
good
forth
timing as well. I just finished my dinner. I'm gonna go clean up BRB.
Kind of redundant at this point. What was the plan behind it?
Sanji အရင်ဆုံးတော့ဂုဏ်ယူကြောင်းပြောလိုပါတယ်ပထမဦးဆုံးပေါ့နော်ဒီ Pro Esports ပေါ့နော်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ပြိုင်ဘက်ဟာလာဒီလောက်မိနစ်30ကြာခဲ့တဲ့အချိန်တာအရှိကြာဆုံးပွဲပဲဒီမှာ Fredden ကိုဘာဖြစ်လို့ရွေးခဲ့တယ်လဲဒီအနောက်ကဒီ view ဟာပါလဲ
Fredden ဘာလို့ရွေးခဲ့ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ ਨੇ ပို့ပြီးတော့အဆင်ပြေမှထင်လို့ပါကျွန်တော်တို့ player ဟန်လဲသူ Fredden မှာ confidence အများကြီးရှိရဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော် Fredden ကို pick ခဲ့ရအောင်
The reason that I picked Fredden was this one will be match for us, and one of our teammate Han experienced a lot with this Fredden.
It worked out really well for you. Now, this was the longest game we've had so far here at MSC, but how do you bring it back? Because there was so much back and forth in that game. How do you bring it back given the pressure that there is in this game on you?
အဲ့ဒီတော့ဒီပွဲဟာပထမပေါ့နော်အကြဆုံးပွဲဖြစ်ခဲ့တယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီလိုအရှုံးကနေပြန်ပြီးတော့အနိုင်ရအောင်ဘလို့မြဲပြန်လုပ်ခဲ့လဲ
ဘလို့ပြန်လုပ်လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့တယောက်ကိုတယောက်ယုံကြည်ပြီးတော့ပဲအကောင်းဆုံးဆော့သွားတာပေါ့ဒိန်းနေ defend ပြီးတော့ပဲ
We trust each other and then we fight back together.
And it was honestly a beauty to witness. Now, you're the only I guess you're the only Sanji that's qualified, the first one and the only one so far that is qualified to the knockout stage. We've all seen the Spider-Man meme between all of you here. What does that mean to you?
အဲ့ဒီတော့ဒီ Sanji တွေရှိတဲ့အထက်မှာပထမအဆုံးပေါ့နော်ဒီ qualify ဖြစ်ခဲ့ပြီးပြီအဲ့ဒါဘလို့ရှိပါလဲ
ဘယ်လိုရှိပါလဲဆိုတော့အရင်ပြောပါလေ
I'm so happy.
It kind of smells like
Should
food
be
in here
definitely. And
now.
on top of that, you're the Myanmar representative. What does that mean to you also as a representative of the region?
အဲ့ဒီတော့ဒီအပြင်မှာ Sanji တွေရှိတဲ့အထက်မှာဒါမြန်မာတဲကပထမဆုံးတစ်ယောက်ဖြစ်လာတာအဲ့တော့ဘလို့ပြောချင်ပါလဲ
ဘယ်လိုပြောချင်လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကအခုနှစ်ပွဲနိုင်သွားပြီးတော့အရင်တက်သွားတာဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်အရင်တက်သွားတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးပဲအဲ့လောက်ပါ
I would like to say that we have won 2 games already and then so I'm the first one who is in the next match.
It's a great thing. Is there anything you'd like to say to all the fans that are watching you right now and also for all the teams that you'll be facing off against in knockouts?
အဲ့ဒီတော့ဒီ knockout team မှာပေါ့နော်အစစ်မှာပါတယ်ပြောချင်တယ်လေနောက်တစ်ခါဒီကိုကြည့်နေတဲ့
The translator feels so happy. He does look pretty happy. I guess he supports the team as well.
The next match on the knockout stage and keeps supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanji. Once again, qualified into the knockout stage. It's Yangon Galacticos. Congratulations to you, Sanji. Thank you very much, Coco, for joining us on our interview. We'll send it back for desk. Have a little chat.
Thank you so much, Yangon Galacticos. Make it through, and $100,000 at bare minimum for them as they advance to the knockout stages. That's going to be a fun one, but we'll see who waits to join them as we have another one coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to the desk. My name is Randy.
All right. Question to all of y'all.
That was a game. Very different than game 1.
I have a question I must ask.
Happy to see and hear from
Should we watch ONIC versus Aurora?
I can still
Do we
remember
want to watch that as well?
It's still going on. It was that funny. She's still thinking about it.
Yeah, still think of it.
Because we have been live for a while at this point.
Whenever we were thinking in game number 1 about YG and them probably struggling or having a slight misunderstanding or being behind of the meta, I could just disregard all of it.
Pro might fight against Liquid? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you really don't want to have lost that match because if you win, you qualify. If you lose, you probably fight Liquid. You know, and that is pretty scary.
Nice to see Hein going on that assassin again. Because on that Frederick, I think even he was like, Coach, no more. First time, last time. And then the Barad stole.
Oh yeah, the loser of the next match is SRG's opponent. That's true.
It was so good. It's close to a quack.
Because like I am honestly curious, right? Aurora already surprised us by taking down Liquid.
Dinosaurs are
If they can take down Liquid, like logically speaking,
he always does his research.
shouldn't they be also able to
That's got to be proven at this point.
take down
distant
ONIC, you know?
Yeah.
Because the T-Rex doesn't have skills. He has feathers.
Oh, well, we just figured something out. And at this point, you can hear the crowd excited. I think that's a Kelra excitement as ONIC takes the stage. He's mogging is a word that was used to describe him, and certainly I would agree. This one, though, maybe mogged in game YG, 17-2, a 12-minute game. A big important thing about this, guys, that we have to consider, that's a short game.
Because like Aurora was the,
in terms of
you know, midnight cooking.
Obviously, however, guys, I think it's also balanced out by the first game being 30 minutes from now.
I don't think it's gonna help as much.
One of the shortest and also the longest, so it's moot.
I mean,
Like midnight cooking for real, you know?
I feel like something to consider is that
I missed the moving lord in the last MSC. What moving lord? Was there a moving lord? I don't remember.
I feel like you still have some solid choices, but then number 3 and number 4, you will have like champions for sure there.
Yeah, but that's if it comes down to the shortest single game time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if there's no tie,
with that 30-minute game, I don't know.
There might be 3 or 4 after that one. I'm like looking at it, 30, 20, 47. That's like 22-minute average. That's not so great. However, that is an indication that maybe these upper bracket games, we're going to see another one here. You saw ONIC, you see Aurora about to take the stage. That is going to be another tight contest with two metas, two ideas, two strategies that maybe lean towards longer games themselves, Brigitte.
Yeah, we've had long series. The first one, game 3.
That's what she said.
This one,
Wow.
not necessarily game 3, but you know it feels like we had a game 3.
It does feel that way. Yeah.
30 minutes.
Honestly, like, this is going to be
Because, like,
such
I
a
will
good
say,
game to watch in the green room.
tiredness is
on the
catching
sofa
up to me.
while having lunch.
Eat some
Isn't that
lunch.
right?
Come on.
Or together with the audience.
No.
No?
The
No,
Lord will
green-
move,
green
and if you don't
room,
hit it,
okay,
it'll move
lunch.
to the other
That's
side.
gonna be good
With
enough.
Aurora, though, can you, I mean, it might be 9 minutes.
What? You can eat lunch?
With like a Raphael Amid
actually
again,
don't know.
maybe, who knows?
Can we eat lunch? I don't know.
Oh, I saw someone.
Dude, I forgot that was a thing.
Guys, you know what I want at the venue? I'm just going to say it. It's personal
Dude.
reference ice cream.
How,
Oh, that
I
would be
just-
so good, bro.
how did I forget that it was a feature?
Ice cream. I mean, that would cheer me up.
Speaking of ice cream,
That was a thing, wasn't
I
it?
don't know how
I completely forgot it existed. When did they remove that, actually?
What do you have to look
Huh.
for Rafa mid again?
That's right. Something like that, something crazier. He said they weren't done. There's still more.
Yeah.
Brigitte, but what could there be? I mean, we've seen these meta changes happen so fast, but also it feels like in the sets they're happening very slowly. The one pick is trying to counter this other pick. We're really getting to that point in this
They
tournament so
removed it
far. The
after
chess is being
MSC.
played and we're working on just
so
your
I guess it
approach
was
to the
pretty
game, not really
short-lived
understanding the
then.
pieces.
Because, like, logically speaking, I should remember that, and yet somehow I don't.
I mean, ever since it's always been Rosa, so if they actually
The Selena.
go for an upgrade and show us something new in a different role as well, then that's gonna make things a lot more difficult for ONIC. Shoutouts, I see Coach Chip right now.
A fighter in the mid?
Let's break down a little bit, guys. I think maybe a learning lesson there. If you are pro, you do get to go ahead and play again, and that is a benefit for you. You don't have to worry about being out of the tournament yet, but
Yes.
I keep going back to that Belleric first pick and leaving Harara and Eudora to YG.
Yeah.
I feel like although it was a comfort pick,
Yep.
that was probably
It
letting too
was-
much
it
go.
was
And in hindsight,
definitely
it seems like
funny.
it was.
Yeah, I really feel like
There were definitely
that
some
Eudora
moments
is
with it.
very pivotal to
What
deal
they
with
should
all
do is they should make it like Roshan in Dota, you know? Do you guys know what Roshan does in Dota?
You gotta commit now.
Like the Lord equivalent
Yeah,
in
there you go.
Dota?
So I feel like Eudora really has to be respected, even first pick. Like, you may not have a good Eudora game by having a lot of fighters as well as assassins jump onto you, but you kind of don't want to fight against Eudora. I feel like that's the biggest problem. Not that you don't have it, but more like your opponent has it.
Yeah, and imagine they were too free. They brought out an Iksha.
How come everything turns into a dance move with you two?
Yeah, I'm suddenly starting to become a choreographer. After
You
all
are.
these
You're both learning
This
very
is a
well.
weird brother-sister situationship, you know?
Yeah. Situations.
Last MSC was fun because they added the current map system. Oh yeah, it's been like a year now, huh?
Here at EWC, Yangon Galacticos take a 2-0. This was the game Brig was talking about earlier, saying, I think this is the one that can go 3 games. It kind of did.
It kind of did.
It kind of did. But the one before actually went 3 games, and that was Selangor Red Giants and GK Esports. Well, we see another surprise here. I think many people are thinking it could be quick with Aurora Gaming and how they surprised Team Liquid PH. But if you know ONIC and you know Kelra and that squad, plus their fandom here at EWC in France rooting them on, I doubt that is going to be a game that they give up very easily.
I can hear the screams. You could see it written on all their papers.
There's another fan right there. Boy.
One who will be seated here in just a bit.
Yeah, he might have access to the stage. Oh no. Oh no. We're going to change out our panel pretty soon as well. Make sure if you
The
have your
moving
idea
lord
of
was
who you
during
think's gonna win
introduction
this
of
ONIC and
Sora.
Aurora
Damn,
matchup,
really?
Team Liquid PH.
I just
versus
straight up
MSC
don't
later on
remember,
in
man.
the day. Get your pick'ems in. You have the chance to earn $300,000 of your share of prizing just by participating. And what's the worst that can happen? You're wrong. Yeah, it sucks to be wrong, but hey, that's c'est la vie, right? We're in France. You can be wrong.
I guess a
about
lot
some
of
things. At
a lot
least
of
you
time has passed and a lot of
Coming up
things have
after this, we'll change
happened.
out our panel. We've got
So I
ONIC
just
and Aurora, another upper bracket
don't
match.
remember
It's
the
gonna be a
things that have
brawl. Game.
happened.
It's pretty good at brawling.
Well,
Street Fighter. Oh yeah, and they're
let's see.
doing
So,
something in MLBB. Check that out.
Should we watch the next match? I am kind of curious. You know, after how Aurora played yesterday, there is definitely a desire to kind of see like, okay, wait, what are they going to do next, you know? Like, they already did the Wrath mid, and then, I can't remember exactly what they did in game number 2, but it went very well for them as well. the Rafaela mid lane just like took up way too much attention. I'm gonna just launch ZZZ real quick so that I have something to do while we wait for the next match. But I will say, I do kind of want to see what Aurora does. Why don't you play ZZZ if you're bored right when I launch ZZZ? How did you know? Yeah, that is what I'm doing. I don't know, ZZZ sounds fun. ZZZ is fun. Did you see? I shared in Discord. I was able to get like all S in Shiyu defense again. And originally I actually wasn't able to. Like there was one room that I didn't have S. I had S, S, and A in one room. That was the room that I was using Yidhari in. You know, I just couldn't like break the score. But then I decided, you know, what if I switch Norma over to the Yidhari side? You know, like because originally I had Dylan with Yidhari and Norma with Xinguang. Because, well, you know, people always say that Dylan is better than Norma, especially in like Rupture teams and on like characters who don't care as much about their chain attacks. But I realized that since my Norma has her signature W engine, she's boosting my score through her own DPS. Like, she actually got the highest rating in the stage after I finished it, not Yidhari. So, like, I realized that, like, oh wait, I just switched Norma over so that her damage contributes to the score as well. And then Dylan actually ends up working quite well with Xinguang. So yeah. I was able to get all of that. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Unfortunately, I was not able to get 3 stars on all of the Deadly Assault. In fact, I am 300 points away from 9 stars. But this one is a little less important for me because there's no like polychrome rewards. It's just, you know, the merits. And while the merits are useful, I don't think it's a big deal if I'm missing some. So it is all good. So yeah, I've been able to build up a solid amount of polychromes as well. You know, you can see here I have how many pulls is this? 50. I have 50 pulls here. Right? When you add on to the roughly 100 or so that I have in the shop waiting to be used, and then the 100 plus that they say we're going to be getting in the next patch, I should definitely have enough to guarantee Remiel. It's just whether I also get her W engine. I suppose if I win the 50-50 on Remiel, then I can guarantee her engine. And then after that, I can continue saving for Claret, I guess. As of right now, though, I kind of wonder if I need Claret, even. I feel like I have a solid set of characters. Really depends on what she does. Not to mention, if it is true that we can, you know, redeem the free S rank and the weapons separately, right now I'm thinking of getting, like, Jane and Lucia's engine, you know, because Lucia's engine would really buff up my Rupture teams. And they say that Jane's engine isn't actually that much better than Weeping Gemini. So I don't really need her engine. But there is a part of me that's wondering, after reading everyone's suggestions, you know, I've been reading like suggestions of people of which characters to redeem online, and apparently apparently Lucia M1 is actually pretty strong. You know? Ignore 18% of enemy all attribute res. It's quite something. I suppose logically I should get a character though. Like, it would already be pretty good to have Jane and then Lucia's engine. That would be a very big buff. But we'll see. But yeah, I think we're all waiting on Remiel. We're all waiting for her to arrive. Should probably try to collect more of these resources. I should do this actually. I should do the summer event because like part 2 is coming out and I still haven't done part 1. So maybe I should consider doing that. They say it's about 4.5 hours worth though, which is longer than I thought it would be. Well, let's consider it. Since we're gonna be waiting for the game to start anyway, might be something that I can do for now while we await. But yeah, because I have never done that event, Alice and Yuzuha have just been standing outside of their store, outside of Yuzuha's store this entire time. And part of me also doesn't want to start the mission because like, as long as I don't start the mission, they will always be here, which kind of feels nice. But I suppose I should. Hello, Yuzuha. Y'all have been waiting here a long time for me to talk to you.
Belle, I've got a question. When you think about summer, what comes to mind?
Is the character voice kinda low? Yeah, let me turn it up a bit. Vacation, beach.
Summer means vacation, obviously. Throw on a swimsuit, hit the beach, and make a splash. These are the memories that'll make your whole year shine.
I agree with Belle. Hanging out with friends at the video store last summer was fun, but nothing beats a beach vacation.
I should probably swap Belle out of the Roskilde for a uniform.
Well, this is the perfect chance to make up for it. I think you'll love what we've got planned. Oh? Is there some kind of event going on?
Oh, tickets.
Belle, thanks for your help before. We couldn't have done it without you. These 2 free resort vouchers are a small token.
You finally
of
won with
appreciation for
Amon. Nice, good job. You done it.
So we're all going. Me, Alice, and Minato. Let's make it the
Oh, Minato went as well. Why doesn't he have a swimsuit? You know, why isn't there a skin of Minato just in like some swimming trunks?
Wise and I will gladly take those off your hands.
I'm sure all the girls would have enjoyed that.
What do you mean by spook shack style? Will the activities be heavily related to ghost stories?
Nah, that'd just make Alice freak out. Walking along the beach, feeling the waves lap at your ankles, kicking back in a lounge chair.
The Captain America style, if you saw. I don't think I saw. Oh, in Marvel Rivals. Okay, yes, I did see.
Sorry,
I think that is
regular vacation.
yeah.
Energy.
That's something.
Well, the spook shack.
Props to them if they're brave enough.
How we found the place. We stumbled across a post about it on Internet's Spook Shack board.
Oh, isn't that still related to ghost stories? If it's mentioned in a spook shack post, no way it's just some regular resort.
We need more of that in ZZZ. Yeah. Right now we just have the girls. We mostly have the girls. We're gonna be getting more of the girls once Remiel comes out. She is definitely a girl of all time.
I agree with Yuzuha. I didn't notice anything weird at all. Apart from being a little empty and quiet, everything else seemed pretty normal.
Oh yeah, I should update that. Hold on, let me update my YouTube title to the next match as well.
So, then I think it should be fine.
ONIC versus Aurora.
Belle, wanna head home and dig out those swimsuits we never got to wear?
Oh right. Besides swimsuits, don't forget to pack casual clothes and your camera. The full vacation.
You have Aventurine? Nice, summer Aventurine. They finally gave a dude like an actual swimsuit, and you can see like his whole chest out and everything.
You booked out What? The entire resort? Oh, did I forget to mention that? So the place was pretty empty, right? Alice and I did a little negotiating, and we managed to lock in short-term management.
What do you mean short-term management rights? How do you manage that?
Of course, I used the event fund Spook Shack's been saving up for ages. This has got to be the best deal I've scored lately.
Damn, how do you even afford that?
That was possible. That was very
MSC watch party looks weird, yeah. We're taking an intermission.
Negotiation worked out. But after everything that's happened,
We're taking an intermission while we wait for the next one to start.
Anyway, I've sent the address to your knock-knock. Alice and I will be waiting there, swimsuits on and ready to go. Huh? But I haven't even bought a swimsuit yet this year. Don't worry. I've already picked one out for you. You have? I don't know how I feel about this.
I kind of miss the Spook Shack, kind of miss interacting with these peeps. Honestly, I miss interacting with a lot of the old peeps. I hope that we get more of the old peeps visiting Roskilde, you know, that would be nice. And now I finally get the introductory cutscene to Fantasy Resort, even though I've been there many times by now. I guess I should hold on. Let's switch Belle back to her regular outfit for this. You really, like, honestly, how the heck would they rent out the entire place? That's crazy. It's not possible thanks to Alice, who contributed 88%. You know what? That makes more sense. That's such a weird number. That's the most symmetrical number, I see. The swimsuit. Honestly, I don't think Alice's swimsuit is that revealing, actually, all things considered. There's definitely worse out there.
What a beautiful day. Perfect for
And here's the swimsuit reveal.
Alice, get over here.
What the heck is that screen even? Hey, Belle swimsuit. Belle swimsuit is quite something too, honestly. Meanwhile, here's Wise with his bucket hat. Uh-huh. I wonder how a place like this would be lacking guests, you know? Considering the state of New Eridu, you would expect that a beach would have a lot more guests, considering how few of them there should be. Huh, they actually, oh wow, okay, so we get the profits and all that. That's very strange, but okay. Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna be able to do all of this on stream today. The match is gonna be starting in a little bit here. I'm just doing it while we're waiting because otherwise I would get way too bored.
Fantasy Resort's current situation is even worse than I expected. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, would you rather just ignore the mess and spend the whole vacation here zoning out? Of course not. Since I've taken over this place, even just temporarily, I've got to step up and get this business back on track.
Also, Alice's swimsuit is kind of strange to me. I'm like thinking, oh, how do all the parts of this swimsuit work? And why is there a screen there? Like, what does that even mean?
That said, bringing this place back to life won't be easy. What exactly do you have in mind?
About that, I've already got some ideas brewing. While I was walking around the resort earlier, I noticed a lot of shops and attractions that had shut down because business dried up. If we want to promote the place and bring the crowds back, I think flashy entertainment might work better than focusing on the finer service details. If we can get those attractions up and running again, we can promote the resort by making entertainment our signature feature. Not bad, my lady. Yuzuha, are you underestimating me? I've taken some business courses, you know. I've at least got some idea of how to build up popularity. And this swimsuit you picked. I've never worn anything like this before. I'm not sure if it really suits me. You're not messing with me, are you? Of course not. It suits you perfectly. Just look at Belle's face. That'll prove I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, she just pushes it onto me.
You look great. Those swimsuits look perfect on you. Super cute.
You think so? Okay, that's a relief. Alice, your ears are wiggling. Enough already! Stop staring at me like that. You're grinning too, Yuzuha. I've laid out my plan. Me? Well, instead of conventional methods, I'd rather go all in on one bold move. Did you see that big stage? Yeah, I saw it. Actually, I stopped and stared for a while. That stage is the heart of my plan.
Are you thinking of fixing up?
No. A party or a show won't cut it. Imagine rising bands rocking the stage. Oh, I get it. With so many people on vacation right now, a festival like this could really draw in a crowd and put the resort.
Yeah, it's a good thing I launched ZZZ. I think if I was waiting all this time for the game to start, I would have actually just like went the rip on the spot.
You're not still mad about my little tease earlier, are you? Not at all. I genuinely think this right. Fun daily activities topped off with a beach music festival on the last day of the vacation. Now that we've got a plan, it's time to make it happen. As for the bands at the music festival, I'll talk to Mr. Arnold.
I feel like it's normally a lot more difficult to get events up and running the way they're talking about it like this, but that's why it's fictional, right?
Shutdown attractions feels like there's still room for improvement before we reopen. Manato's shift is almost over. Once he gets here, he should be able to help out with something too.
You mean we came here without waiting for him?
I'll help too. That's a lot of work for just the three of you.
Belle, you and Wise are here as guests and as friends. All you need to do is relax and enjoy your vacation. The Timefield family would never ask guests to work.
But I'd rather spend my vacation with you guys. If helping out means we can get things done sooner, then we'll be able to spend more time
It's when we say things like this, that's why the MCs are so smooth. You know, the MCs have riz for real.
My lady, I know you're asking for my opinion and all, but those twitching ears of yours have already given away the answer you're hoping to hear. All right then, Belle. I've made the executive decision that you and Wise are now officially our special guest consultant.
So let's go with Yuzuha. Oh, we brought Grace over. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we need events like this. We need events like this where like we're literally bringing in old characters, you know. I guess there's a chance for it to happen since we're having another beach event soon. Okay, I think the draft is gonna be starting very, very soon. Let me just finish up what is happening here. Ah, we get to try out the skin. Of course we do. They gotta sell it to us somehow. Score points by hitting targets. Okay, so it's just a shooting game. Okay, gotcha.
Weather's great now.
Damn.
Feeling hyped. Now where's the
Yuzuha's got like a gun in her umbrella or some shit.
Huh? Drones? Where did they come from?
Am I supposed to shoot the red ones? Oh, I am. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was.
The targets. We just need to shoot down all the targets they're carrying.
Explosive target.
That
Okay.
was awesome. Let's keep it up and finish strong. Ha! Back in business.
The mouse sensitivity is a little bit high. That's satisfying.
Continue. Lucky me.
Okay. I think the game is starting, so I think I'll just go ahead and like close up. I guess I can leave it open in the background and then I can play it in between games later. But for now... Alrighty.
Out early Badang. So what I expected that might come out earlier, well, I thought it would be
Alright, so
Badang with all the
we got Aurora on the blue side, we got ONIC on the red side. Aurora's playing Fanny and Selena.
I mean, it's so much has already been shown just from the intentions.
And then
in the
ONIC is
right?
going
Again,
Eudora
we've seen a lot of
Badang
Nexus
Ling.
actually go for the
Eudora
Badang
Badang is already a
He's
very
taking
good
the
combo for
authority
dealing
of saying,
with
you know what,
Fanny.
I
Like
will be
these
the
two
one
heroes are
myself. I will
pretty
give
good
you that
Fanny
free ban
counters.
on the off chance just to make you go for this Eudora, because he went for the Fanny straight away without hesitation.
Yeah, so now you have to look at the gold laners. Choke gets banned out by ONIC. You still want to consider the Moskov, the Brody, both still in play.
Finally
here.
taking the
Both
time
great,
to unlock your
against the
Aura?
Fanny,
Yeah.
But then this Uranus, I think, is
I should practice her a little bit more as well.
Overall damage profile, especially early on, if they want to fight for the major objectives, because you have the Uranus there. Aurora, rightfully so, take out the Brody. I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a Moskov ban later on. So you're really dwindling down the picks that Kelra could pick up. That would be great against a lineup of Aurora.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense here, and I think even for ONIC, they understand that even if they do end up having to play against the Belleric, they can either ban it out now or look for something that utilizes concussive blast to kind of help them clear that wave. Because so far, based on what we've seen, Selena's kind of by herself right now, and the only other thing they have to worry about is single target lockdown.
Yeah, we saw one great combo from Vitality, the Badang, and the Melissa that is also still in play here for ONIC if ever they want to pick it up, because you know you're up against a Selena that would want to get close. Once that arrow gets hit on the Melissa, if ever the rest of the team is going to collapse and they have the Badang with it, we saw that a team that's just rolling through with a Fanny up against a Melissa might not be enough. They will leave that open. They take out the Esmeralda instead.
I feel like they're trying to set up for potentially Harith here, right? They know that the EXP lane is kind of out in the open, and more importantly, they've got the Uranus as well.
Belleric, and then they ban Brody as
I
May.
do want to see this Melissa.
Brody makes sense. He's one of the better marksmen for dealing with Fanny.
Or they're going to wait up till the very end once
So
they got the
logically, if you still want to play like a marksman, you probably want the Moscow. But since ONIC is playing Ling jungle, they can technically go for double fighter side lane if they wanted to. Probably best to pick a flexible side laner right now. I would have said Paquito, but they already banned Paquito themselves.
It's early game stuff, but like I'm thinking about the late game as well.
Freya?
Now Melissa
Freya is open, but no, okay, they go Melissa. You know what? Melissa works as well. Melissa does work too. Also a good marksman for dealing with Fanny.
Aurora to kind of play, you know what, we got to start team fighting, but majority of the heroes don't scale, and there's the Harith.
Okay.
They needed that to match up with the
So
Melissa.
Aurora's not doing anything too unusual this time.
We'll see if they have enough peel, and that's the
Aurora's just playing
a
fairly standard game, I guess, with the exception of Selena, maybe.
I think maybe an Alice would be their last best bet. Alice versus Uranus in lane, and then you also have the AoEs to.
Yeah, what's everyone's expectations for this one? Remember, the winner qualifies. The loser will have to face SRG.
Despite you not having a ladder reach, Minotaur covers a lot of space with the Minoan Fury that would make Melissa quite troubled.
I would say personally,
there's also an argument for,
I kind of would prefer if ONIC went down to the lower bracket, because I feel like SRG is not going to be able to handle some of Aurora's surprise picks, you know? I feel like they would be a little more prepared to handle ONIC compared to some of the weird stuff that Aurora has done.
Melissa has just been great so far in this tournament that it's hard for me to lean away from the ONIC draft. Maybe it's really just because of the Melissa's record right now that I'm favoring theirs a little bit more, but don't get me wrong, Aurora has answers.
Well, this is going to be a matchup between the jungle and really between all the roles here, whether it's Kyrie or TNZ or whether you got Kelra and Siggy Boom. It's a matchup of even coaches and minds, and maybe just the leading edge to MSC. Who knows what to play a little bit better than their opponents. Both teams have knocked anybody who's challenged them back down to the floor.
But yeah, what's everyone's expectations? What's everyone's predictions, you know, for this next one, for this match?
And send it over to your casters.
Let me know, let me know.
Thank you so much, panel. Here we go. This is the most
I wonder how Kuruel and Nut are doing with their tournament as well.
Of this incredible matchup.
And yeah, Rosa Selena is a signature.
I mean, Aurora,
we'll see how it performs against Eudora, because it will definitely have issues with clearing the wave.
Opponent, ONIC.
Wait, I want to watch them instead. Unfortunately, I don't think we can.
TNZ early on already. Trying to go in. Whoa.
Uh-oh, mistakes.
First blood over to Kyrie.
Mistakes have been made.
A little bit more than he can chew.
That is just disrespect.
But not the TNZ you would expect here after that match against TLPH, where we saw such a clean TNZ. Getting a bit too feisty early on could work, could also bite you back in the butt. Emblems though, we're gonna take a look at the checkups here. Bargain Hunter already, to pull yourself together for both Minotaur and Melissa. It's also the Wilderness Blessing here for Rosa instead of what we've seen from Moreno, the Bargain, or sorry, the Bargain Hunter, or even the Season Hunter for a lot of different Selenas.
Keyboy doing really well with these walls though, even that earlier catching TNZ. The wall just came out of nowhere, able to stop him.
Yeah, the fatigue of the stream is definitely catching up with me, I will say. There's a reason why I tend not to watch Party for too long. I just...
We gotta take a look at the bigger picture as well.
The sedentariness of it gets to me.
One good arrow could send ONIC back a lot, but I think ONIC just
I feel like I had enough sleep, so I don't think it's that, logically. 5-hour stream, yeah, it's been 5.5 hours already.
Wants to dive in, not going to fully commit.
And I basically spent most of it just sitting here watching stuff. Even the FF thing was just me sitting here watching stuff. But that one is something, in my opinion, a little bit more exciting because it's about the new... Oh! Rosa stole the buff.
Very well done, but Lunar taking a lot of damage. Loopy able to get the kill. TNZ wants to engage.
Oh, big Badang catch! But good Minotaur response.
Gets the kill on a Loopy, but now Pagu in a little bit of danger under the tower. Kyrie doesn't want to let him get away. Tempest Blades does come down. Kyrie in a bad position.
Oh, one hit. Oh, Keyboy kind of missed. Keyboy. Oh, no.
Bullet for diving 2T. No purple buff on the Ling, and you can see instantly a massive
And that made a difference. Ling not having the buff made a difference. Lilo asked me to stretch. Perhaps that would be wise.
Live view. All right, TNZ doesn't go for the kill. But then it starts off with a purple buff being stolen away from Keyboy as well. Wanted to go for the pick, but this is why the Minotaur is so good at making you miscalculate. You can see a bit of frustration there for Keyboy. The heals from the Minotaur, it gets bigger as you get lower.
All right, so each team has now made their small mistakes and recovered from it. Gold.
Find a snack.
And it's still first turtle.
I just had dinner, dude.
The first turtle has not
I don't think I'm in a place to eat right now.
TNZ going to be able to see a little bit more damage for this turtle.
The thing is, Trex, and I think for a lot of
in
viewers,
fact,
man, we are so
I'm probably more tired after eating dinner. I guess I can see if I have some kind of good like popcorn style snack, you know, for watching.
You need to take it away. If it's getting threatened,
take it easy, Grant. You can't have you actually breaking something. You know, when I was your age,
and now it's back to a level playing field. Oh, what an hour!
I wasn't much better, honestly.
This
is what happens when you spend most of the day just sitting.
Almost matched, honestly. Siggyboom's
even
with being outranged by the metals, he's still able to kind of keep up in this lane.
Lunar
down on the top side. Lunar may not be able to get away from this. Tempest Blades does come
down.
Oh,
that's a dead Uranus.
Loopy gets the kill. TNZ's got to get out of town. Over to safety. Another kill into the Book of ONIC.
Okay, drink your water.
Try to read it.
You whippersnappers and your.
Done a good job of doing that. Arrow lands again for Rosa. Just a bit of poke onto Keyboy.
This is why I sit in weird positions. You'll have different issues if you sit in weird positions.
The mid lane, it's just
Heck,
the Minotaur and the Selena
my
good at escaping.
My pelvic bone was rotated because of how long I sat in weird positions before I went for Cairo. Sorry, ancestor. You dishonor your family.
After picking there, constantly just testing the waters.
Okay, you know what? Hold on.
Arrow comes low.
You're going for Kelra. Kelra pops the ult.
Rosa doesn't have
another Keyboy stops Pagu. Okay, Kelra's alive. Alright.
No wonder we've heard shouts for Aurora.
Let's go see if there are any snacks around.
The team and scrims, dude. They're so good at taking these awkward fights. ONIC built a composition that wants to go in, that wants to just dive straight. And it's really good at countering the assassin jungle as well with the Eudora and the Melissa. But if Aurora find a way to split ONIC up and take these individual 1v1s everywhere across the map, it just gets so awkward for ONIC's composition to react to it.
And it's all about the positioning for Aurora right now. Even Pagu coming in, keeping vision. We talked about splitting them up, and then we have Rosa in the river shooting out these arrows. One does connect onto Loopy. TNZ decides not to get involved. Pagu making his way up as well. Another arrow comes down, lands on a Keyboy. Keyboy in a lot of trouble, will fall. Rosa now gonna reposition. They claim the turtle pit, and Kyrie has no way in. TNZ wants to find a target. Kyrie's forced to Finch Poise. And now ONIC is backed off to the jungle.
Rosa on the Selena. An absolute beast. We saw them knock ONIC Philippines down to the lower brackets of the group stage just last year in MSC 2025, and it was also with Rosa on the Selena. Loopy in mid.
A lot of damage. Loopy trying to defend. Big Minoan's Fury onto multiple members.
Whoa.
Into the back line. Tempest Blades does come down. Kyrie able to find TNZ. Loopy very low, but still survives. But Rosa gets a kill on Sans. Rosa looking for more. Looking for another air to shoot out. Decides not to do it as Pagu and Rosa back off. It's TNZ for Sans. ONIC wins out on that one.
Crazy skirmish, guys. Recall
I got
gets canceled. Now Lunar wants to go for the cut.
I figured it would be a good time to have some.
Not a safe spot does have.
I think it works
energy.
as a
Should
good
be able to get away from this to safety.
Popcorn style
but
substitute.
The tower will fall on that top side.
Okay, did I miss anything?
It's Aurora just making these moves proactively around the map. Yeah, they went in under that tier 1. It was a bit of a mistake, but it was a risk that
Aurora
they were
has
willing
5
to
kills.
take to push
ONIC
their
has
lead
4.
even further.
Aurora has a 3K gold lead?
You gotta remember right now that if even if TNZ dies,
did I miss something?
or even Siggyboom, they're not gonna give out any bounties. It's all about Rosa. He needs to stay alive. But the others
Sans
can
has
die.
died
They
twice.
pull
When
out
did
these
that happen?
gambles.
Nips is the bootleg M&Ms. Yeah, it's cheaper. So at the same time, like, it's been getting more and more expensive over time. I've kind of stopped eating them. The reason I have these is because they were on sale.
ONIC able to get a kill. They find Tianzi earlier. Aurora's movement on the map has
Rosa
been so
hard
crucial. They
carry.
find
Yeah,
both
I can
offlane
see that.
towers.
3-0 on the
Consistently
Selena.
hunting for this mid lane tower. They aren't only evening out or winning the skirmishes, they're winning on map play. Just truly
Aurora looking pretty solid, honestly.
into this MSC.
Like, they're not playing anything particularly cheesy this game.
Damage control.
They just seem to be positioning well. But we have to note that ONIC is playing a more late game comp. They got Ling, they got Melissa. So it is somewhat expected that they may not do the best early on.
ONIC gotta look for a big set, but even then it's
Hi,
gonna be
Adamancer.
tough for them because Aurora have ways
Welcome,
to do
sir. How you
it.
doing?
Sun on Sigiboom, Rosa, Tianzi.
Why don't I see Stormy play Selena? I don't know, dude. I feel like SRG is just not either, like, I don't know if they're hiding strats. I don't know if they're not willing to, you know, like, try things out anymore.
Definitely still capable. Lupi as well, holding his own, actually ahead of Lunar right now. That could be the big play. Keyboy sets something up, and those two can output the damage. Not to mention, Kelra has been free farming, hasn't taken any deaths. It's definitely not GG's for ONIC just yet.
Nope.
Imagine one of them just brings in a phone health together with tape. Well, I mean, they're not using their own phones though. They're using tournament phones.
Scaling as well with the Harith, even the Selena when it comes to map control. If they continue to pushing these turrets, take away these tier 1s, ONIC will be choked down even more. They're going to be forced to suffocate inside of their own base. And that's
I'll eat these later. I think I'm still a little bit full right now from dinner.
Does land. Lupi kind of walked into that one though, but Tianzi to the backside. Looking for an angle, gonna walk into Keyboy.
Oh, Keyboy missed.
Come out. He's able to safely move. Lupi forced a dash away. ONIC positioned back into their jungle as Aurora takes over the Lord Pit. Watch for Lupi and Sands, looking for an angle in as well. Kyrie forced up to the top side to try to defend the tower. This could be the play for Aurora to
Hold on, who are you talking about, Adamancer? I'm talking about the pro players. Oh, is Tianzi out? What? What do you mean Tianzi is out? How the fuck? That's a hard CC Fanny.
As Kelra tries to pop off, doesn't have to go away, caught in the midst, Kyrie able to find.
Yo, Tianzi's back in and he's out again?
In the land of Dawn as Keyboy
holy shit, dude, how the heck did they win that?
Comes out on top once again. Tianzi goes back to base, and the Lord is still up.
How did Tianzi survive all of that?
this meta. Oh my
Look,
god.
look at this. He's being hard CC'd, he flies out. Ling not even able to chase him. Then Sigaboom goes ham.
With the Finch poise, even with a purple buff.
He's being chased down by Kelra and Kyrie, and he still survived for a little while. Tianzi comes back in, flies back out. Rosa gets the... My goodness, dude.
Through that skirmish, really just utilizing as a stay now.
Oh,
these guys.
Live game, thought we were still in the replay person.
These fights have
Imagine one of the pro players' personal phone is just held together with tape. I mean, there's no reason for them to be. This is their lifeline, you know? I think one of the first things that a team would try to do for a new player is to give them a phone that they can play on.
Shout outs to him, biggest Aurora fan in the building.
I like to see it.
And again, they usually use tournament phones. Like, you're not allowed to use personal phones at tournaments.
No purple buff.
Because, you know, you never know what people might have installed on them. For fairness.
He's gonna go back to safety. Kyrie's not gonna force it. He's just, I mean, they know. They know. Either one to probably, oh, wait, no. Tianzi's like, let's do it. Back in the mid
Meanwhile,
side, a little bit of damage. They're able to take the tower.
Mid being pushed, tower goes down.
MLBB with the Lord still up top. Aurora.
Dude.
Taking things slow. Abyssal arrow
It would be unprecedented if ONIC loses, you know?
Two holy shield.
Like, if in one MSC we have ONIC and both PH teams in the lower bracket, that would be crazy.
Comes in with a big Minoan's Fury. Able to get the pop off. Tianzi finds Lupi.
Oh my god, Sigaboom does a lot of damage.
Sigaboom drops in. More damage onto Kyrie now. Kyrie looking for an angle, and as Kelroy gets free shots from the backside, the Lord has broken through. Aurora, arrow sides.
Oh, the arrow actually
Lunar
hits
still
too.
keeping vision as the rest of the team moves back, waiting for the next wave. There's no mid side. They're waiting for the minion to drop. ONIC has lost an inhibitor. As
Selena so annoying to play against.
These arrows are landing like it's a point-click stun. Suns.
Oh my god!
Takes him out. Kelroy forced the dash back.
I mean, it's a sorry, it's a Eudora, so I guess sure, you're squishy, but damn.
But Aurora doesn't want to let up just yet. Lunar backs off. Rosa keeping an angle, waiting for those arrows to come through.
8K gold lead now.
Man, Aurora, they have the scaling.
Dude, Aurora may be top contenders this MSC.
Arrow lands on Kelra. Mans has no damage on minions right now, and the Abyssal Arrow will just constantly keep on coming. And so they're gonna have to react to Pagu Lunar up front, and then the arrows. Look, P.
On Sports does drop, Siggy wants to go in.
Holy shit, Harry hurts.
Drops and Keyboy drops as well.
Holy shit, they're not even taking the tower, they're just pushing straight fudging through. Oh my god. Oh my god, Tianzi Rosa! Holy shit!
He wants Kelra, the go away comes out, he dashes back. Aurora not done just yet. They got one more inhibitor and
oh, they got him too!
Aurora Gaming under the tower. Take out ONIC.
What the fudge, Aurora?
Number 1.
10K gold lead versus ONIC.
An absolute masterclass from Aurora Gaming. We've heard the shouts.
Damn. And they weren't even cheesing. The only real cheese is like
and they're doing it, they're pulling it
Selena.
Up on stage. Clearly.
And you can't even really call it a cheese.
Aurora Gaming just looks better and better every game we see them play.
Dude, it looked like Rosa was playing with Eudora's second skill with the range of Selena.
It's definitely disgusting at this point. And every one of them, you've got Rosa.
I think that Minnow helped them sustain a lot. That is true. That's probably how they survive some of those fights.
Even after taking
Aurora is still quite good with this sort of like front to back style. They do like playing with their healing supports.
Midnight Parating Handa. We're gonna throw it back again. Oh, towards us.
Yeah, towards us.
Towards maybe a few words from our boys. What do you think about the early game though, right? A few mistakes. Tianzi went in a bit too aggressively onto those waves, onto the...
After SRG won and MPLMY, Foodie CEO gave them iPhone 17 Max. Damn. I wish I could get a nice new phone
To surprise us.
for free.
After this match, we can no longer be surprised. We just have to know that Aurora is the real deal at this point. They are aiming for not just the top 8 finish, they're aiming for a finals right now. Still 2 games to go though. ONIC.
Badang is kind of terrible with how squishy he is. I think Badang is still okay. You know? I'd say that Minotaur is honestly about as squishy. In fact, I'd even argue, depending on the build, the Minotaur sometimes is actually squishier than Badang even. It's just that he has healing.
That I haven't seen in a long time. Prime ONIC Philippines on M6 vibes, no?
Wait. It doesn't normally throw back to the caster screen, does it?
Philippines when Kelra
That's
was
different.
on the team finally gets the world championship. I think
Did something happen on the panel? I get the feeling that Mirko was going to throw to the panel, but then he was told, oh, don't throw to the panel. Because normally we don't have a scene where we go to the casters.
It's just more polished and better.
Maybe someone went to the bathroom on the panel and they're not back
all this
yet.
time, it always just feels like Aurora, they've been good.
Minnow is probably squishier, but makes up for heal. And his skill one is easier to hit. Yeah, I guess so.
But they were always so close, yet so far from being a top team. By top, I mean top 2.
I don't know. I can play Badang. I still don't feel like I play Minnow very well.
As like a top 4, top 8 kind of team. They will always be the ones to make it to knockout stage. But now they look elite.
They look like monsters. I'm speechless, honestly, by it, because I think a lot of us came to this day wondering, was the other day just a fluke?
No.
I mean, we heard good things about Aurora, but can they keep it up, right? Can they take out not just a Filipino region dominance, but also a Indonesian dominant team? And they have now defeated both.
Damn. I mean, I'm stoked to see it, man. I always love to see these new regions, you know, pop off earlier. Yangon, Galacticos. off of a disappointing M7.
Yeah,
run,
Minnow is a
doing
very good
really job,
disengager.
and now
He's a
making
very
it to
good
the knockout
counter
stage, already
engage.
being one of the first
Like, I think that
teams
Minotaur's
to qualify
specialty
into that
is
top
not in
8.
starting
Now,
fights, it's
Aurora
in, like, you
going
know,
through, I think, the
responding
hardest
to fights.
First 2 matches
Minnow
you
and
could
Fury is
expect from a
very
team
good
in the
at
group
doing
stage.
that.
Going up against TLPH in their first match, and then having to meet up against ONIC ID. Speaking of ONIC, though.
Speaking of ONIC,
we have a guy.
I think we have a guest. We have a guy. A dude.
You know him?
I've heard of him.
You know him?
I don't think I've ever done an interview with him before.
That's cool.
Oh, there
Hello.
he is.
Oh,
My guy, King Kong. How you doing,
Hello,
bro?
guys. Hello. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
King Kong, first question,
It's
man.
Mr.
Instantly, I
King
gotta ask you this
Kong.
question, right? You see the meta right now. You see all these assassins. You see the Selena in mid. How sad is it that you're not here, dude? Because it really feels like it's your meta.
Very, very sad.
Had to bring that up first.
I got to bring that up first. Playing assassins.
yeah, it is a bit unfortunate that
What would you have done in the
ONIC
meta?
Philippines
Like,
is
would
not
you have
here.
dominated this scene?
It does feel like a pretty good meta for them.
I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Any tips for, you know, the sister team, the brother team, ONIC? You know, did you watch that game? How we feeling about it? What went wrong?
Oh yeah, I watched.
Give us
I
your
watched game
viewpoint.
1. Advice: maybe just be aware of Aurora's early game dominance, especially the first minute of the game.
Aurora
They were-
is
I think
early
they
game
were
specialized.
aware, but it's just that Rosa's Selena, mind blowing.
It is mind-blowing. You know,
He's
you played
high-key
with,
farming a lot on
very,
TikTok
very good
dances
Selena
and
as well,
all.
one of the
Yeah,
best
he's
in the
always
world.
been
You
a
know, any
TikTok
advice to you
type
with the
of
Selena
person.
for ONIC, or
Even
maybe
from the
just,
very
yeah,
beginning.
ONIC.
He knows how to work it.
Advice for Selena, maybe. Let me think. 1 second. I think just ban it.
Just ban it?
Just
Straight
ban
up?
it. Just ban it.
Just ban it.
Makes a lot of sense.
No advices, just ban it.
Just ban it. Okay, that's the advice for CW and Yeb. Let's see if they actually take that into game number 2. But now I want to ask your thoughts on Aurora Gaming, because they have looked phenomenal right now, right? They beat TLPH.
Very phenomenal. Yeah.
Very phenomenal. And now they're on course to actually getting a 2-0 win against ONIC ID. So
Has
thoughts
good
on Aurora?
personality, yeah. I mean, that's why he's popular, right?
Thoughts on Aurora?
The most popular players
Actually,
usually
our
have some
preparation
kind of
for the next
persona
season,
that people
every time
can
we have a scrim
recognize.
versus Aurora,
It's the same for casters too, right?
our
That's why they
scrims
always tell me
convince
like,
me
oh,
that
you need to figure out
as of
like what is
now,
your persona. I still
TNC,
don't know what it is.
best jungler,
It's
TNC.
just me being a dodo, really.
Best jungler.
But I don't know how to push
jungler.
that.
Alright.
Yeah,
Better
Kid
than
Bomba too. Basically, the more
Better
outspoken
than
players,
me.
you know,
Better than
who
me.
aren't
Yeah,
shy
it's still based on
to
our scrims.
say what they
Because we
want to
don't-
say,
we
do
don't
what they
scrims
want to
with,
do
Liquid,
to an
Team
acceptable
Phantom,
limit, of
so
course.
For me, yeah, TNZ.
All right then, man. Thank you so much, King Kong. It's always a pleasure to have you on the mic, man. Always great, always charismatic.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Nice
so
hair,
much.
by the way. Good Oreo hair, you call it that.
Thank you so much, Sir Mirko.
Thank you so much, King Kong. And with that, Trex, I believe I'm going to throw it over to a segment.
Yeah, Brigida's got some confessions.
What confessions?
Let's see.
Play is in our DNA.
They went to an ad. I
Whenever
wonder
we
if
let it
something's
out,
being set up.
It becomes
Well,
our
while we wait
superpower.
for the next match to start, back to Fantasy Resort. So this is why they went to the caster panel. To do the interview? That seems a bit strange still, but okay. Hey, it's Lucy. Why no interview? What do you mean? What do you mean, why no interview? What do you mean? Oh, they're actually doing something right now. Hold on, what are they doing over
The
here?
greeting photo I made with someone. Yeah. So I was making a pose. That's the reference, Chris.
But what did the... I don't understand why. What did this have to do with anything?
Same question. I don't know how it got so big. It was just a birthday greeting. Right?
Right.
Right.
Why no interview
Right.
me?
So I hear.
No one cares about me.
I heard Khalid has a new name for his ultimate as well.
What is going on? Where are these questions coming from? No, he did not change his ultimate name. It's still Raging Sandstorm.
Check it again. Make sure you got it right.
Raging Sandstorm.
Okay.
Oh, they're talking about the Sanford thing, huh?
Who's your favorite minion?
This is so... Okay, my favorite minion right now... it's
See, I
Bob.
don't know them. You're going to have to explain.
Bob. Or maybe Henry. Or James. Since the new movie just came out, guys, please check it out. Wow.
We're not promoting movies. Okay? We're not doing that.
Okay.
It's not what we do. I heard you're a big BTS fan.
No. I'm not. I like...
What are they
girl
doing
groups.
to
I like
her right now?
Twice. I like La Seraphim. I like Aespa. I like ITZY. I like Eugene's.
Says that you look like Momo?
Do I?
I
probably haven't checked.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's an honor to be considered someone who looks like her. She is my bias. So I probably try, or my makeup is probably inspired from her.
I maybe need to start redoing my makeup to make me look like somebody.
I can do it.
What kind of thing do you think I would... What would work?
Maybe eyeliner?
Bit eyeliner, yeah?
Eyeliner?
That's for the next one.
We'll try.
We'll do that for the next one. Do you normally open the MLBB chat on stream?
No. No. I don't. I don't.
There's some interesting...
Whoever made these questions, I am going for you, I swear.
You will have your chance at revenge. Don't you worry.
Okay.
You will have your chance.
Thank you.
Brigida, thank you so much. Are you still going to be the nicest member of talent after that, or...?
I still am.
Good.
We always stay good. We always stay nice. Nothing can change that.
Good. Keep it that way.
A lot of people are haunted by their past.
Interesting.
Inspired by it.
Interesting.
Playing for
All right,
themselves, they're really
sir.
playing for their entire family.
Well, back to Fantasy Resort. That's Brigida. Oh, you thought that was Eterna, lol. The interviewer is so awkward. I think that's intentional. I think it's just the character. But yeah, like, there is a reason why it's hard to be like a show host, you know? Like, okay, camera, thank you. But yeah, that's the reason why it's like, it's not easy actually to do like talk show types. Oh, hold on. AD to steer, press space to tray. Okay.
Take a deep breath. Let's go.
Damn, I feel like I've played racing games like this before.
My speed knows no limits.
Press the direction this well, yeah, obviously. You don't need to tell me that. I can guess.
It's been a while since I went surfing. I'm feeling a little nervous. I wonder what kind of upgrades Lucy was talking about.
Hold space. Okay. Oh. I am speed.
A custom course and a jet-powered board? This is incredible! So this is what zipping across the waves feels like. These mods are amazing!
Maybe MLBB should create a racing game. I guess we could, right? We already have like the collabs with the car brands and all of that stuff. Like the motorcycle brains. What was it? Ducati? Yeah. A full... You know what? How did I forget about Johnson? Yeah, you should just do a Johnson map. Okay, I think the draft is starting once again. Let's jump back to it. Hold on. Okay. My YouTube's a little bugged. The controls aren't coming out. Let me refresh it quick. Ducati's motorcycles, though, I think? I don't know. There's many things that I do not know, friendos. I think you guys can guess that by now.
That's one way of playing it. We've already discussed how we don't exactly want to kind of lean into
But I will say, Midnight stocks as a coach are really going up after all of this. Hold on, I need some... I need to actually get more water. I don't have, like, I'm finished with my fucking water because of how long I've been here, y'all.
I wouldn't mind a Uranus or Esme or something like that really early on. Something that demands a really good damage profile to give it a lot of difficulty so that you force out some early, faster scaling heroes from Aurora. You can save your roam pick for later and adjust it in the second phase. You still have quite a wealth of options depending on which way you're going through. Uranus is the pickup, one of my wish lists.
All right.
See if they'll keep that up.
Let's see if the second part of it is going to complete themselves, because we've seen a lot of blue sides reveal their lanes super early, but this time they're making sure that they have a little bit of everything, right? We've got our EXP already set. We've already made sure that we at least have single target lockdown in case that Ling shows up here on red 3. And I think that Aurora needs to make some difficult decisions here, because Tianzi isn't going to get an assassin. Then what does the team kind of pivot towards to? And I think it has to be Sigabum at that point.
Yeah, still gonna be the Ling. Comes in at red 3. You're now going to be looking at the priorities for the gold lane and the EXP lane for Aurora, unless they're looking to shift that Belleric into the EXP lane and then surprise with a roam pick that we aren't expecting it later on. Meanwhile, for ONIC, pretty honest already, you know that Joe is going to be going into the center of the map.
I wonder,
and then you're waiting for their mid and their gold lane.
Oh, really great ban here.
Good ban.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Esmeralda on the side of ONIC's side just to kind of, free up some space here and make sure at least Lutfi is going to have a much better matchup to try and control this lane. They knew that Paquito was kind of out of the question, and thankfully Freya got banned out for the side of Aurora. Now Esme, the expected ban, we come back to Aurora one more time. Is it going to be heavy? Maybe even a Lilia? I feel like, unfortunately, Lilia now, her HP is just way too low against these assassins, against these burst mages. It might not be worth it.
Wonder if anyone's cooking up something unique here. So far, though, we can still expect the usual options in gold to pop up. You could even think about maybe Aurora is still considering the Harith, knowing that you wouldn't expect something like a Glue to show up. The Vexana in its range plus its AoE would have been detrimental for a Harith. Maybe if you take away a minion, no? Okay, they'll take out a
yeah,
so you still have Moskov.
Oh, I've been blocking the draft, damn it. My bad. Yeah, imagine if Aurora officially sweeps both Liquid and ONIC, you can quite safely say that they are top contenders for champion.
I am interested though.
You know?
Getting rid of the barrage.
Because like, what other team can compete with that at that point? Not many.
For a means to not only engage upon your opponents, but not to mention that there's like a decent amount of iframes. We don't get the Harith, but at least the Claude gets locked in for Aurora.
Yeah.
If Aurora,
which one of y'all said earlier you don't like the Ling and Claude together? Because looks like it's happened again, and it's Aurora doing it this time. So are they not trying to play early game anymore? But that has been their strength.
And you can feel
the entire tournament.
Usual picks. They do have dive, so if you want to go for something like the Itcha as we saw earlier, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong here. I'm thinking whether Valentina might be worth it just to steal the Wrath of the Dryads, but really, it's kind of tough overall, right? Because you're still not going to be able to get the correct battle spells out of certain targets, and I think Eudora never is going to take Purify ever, especially with the meta, the way the meta is shaping. Moskov, as you called it, has already been locked in to deal with the Assassin instead of the Melissa matchups, and now we get the Hilda at the very end to round things out.
That does offer a little bit more early game. So is it Hilda or Belleric EXP?
You get too aggressive.
It was Dark Striker? Yeah, I couldn't remember who said it specifically. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open these names.
This is a lot more even.
Have some popcorn while we watch game 2. See whether or not ONIC can bring us to game 3, or if Aurora truly has become a threat.
Maybe that might be enough, but that mid, that's number 1.
Aurora Gaming at the cusp of history to make it into the knockouts. They already took down Liquid. Will they take down ONIC?
A back-to-back win, a back-to-back clean sweep from TLP.
Opening those nibs, yes.
Put them up there when it...
That's what they're called. Why is it loading slowly now?
Performances for a team in a group stage, but we'll find out here. ONIC have some solid answers as well. And just like it pointed out, it is much more even here this time around.
Yeah, this seems like a much more straightforward draft from
SRG versus ONIC will be scary for SRG. Dude,
the game plan is there. There's nothing.
I think playing against either of these teams will be scary for SRG.
On the field.
Like, yeah, in the past we would have said that Aurora is probably preferable.
From the CXP lane.
All right, quick check on the emblems again. It's gonna be
but this is the Aurora that took down Liquid, you know? I don't even want to fight them either, especially now that they've killed Sans like that.
In a little bit of trouble. Keyboy will respond with a kill of his own.
But TNZ does die for it.
Feels like a win for ONIC, and now Kyrie's looking for more. Dashes in the mid side, gets some good damage on Rosa. Pagu as well, but Kyrie can't get the finish. But still, they may have to go back after this lane.
Keyboy. Kyrie wants
Oh my god.
Pagu falls.
Hirara is so strong.
Deja vu to game number 1. It's ONIC who strike here early on, getting the lead 2-1. Last time it was a 1-0 pickup on TNZ. And just like in game number 1.
Maybe Uni can turn it around. I guess we'll have to see. Depends on whether SRG continues to play him instead of Skies, you know? What the heck is going on with my stream? I'm already on lower quality and it's not loading. Are you serious?
No purple buff on the Ling, but everything still is relatively calm, right?
You do have ZZZ open. This is not PC lag though. This is internet lag.
Overall, they're going to go back and forth. It's the same thing we saw last time. Like you said, last time it was 2-2 in the first 3 minutes.
Okay, hide.
Gold sitting at a standstill.
Let me close ZZZ then.
Just like last time,
since I'll probably be ending stream after this game, I can just close ZZZ.
Like he did last time.
I don't think it's because of ZZZ, but I'll just close it anyway.
Kyrie though, it's sad that those kills had to go into the pocket of Keyboy. 2-0 and 0 would have looked a lot better in Kyrie's hands, but still, a win is a win in the book of ONIC right now. Turtle is up.
Tempo-wise, Aurora have been able to keep up with ONIC, and the thing is, with Rosa staying alive earlier in that skirmish.
I don't know, it just got here. Is that so? Well, welcome to the stream.
XP lane soaked in the entire wave and still isn't 4 just yet. He'll get 4 very soon. But that means TNZ will almost.
That was close, actually.
What a crazy SOD to be sent.
That timing. He almost stole that.
Lunar again with a tempo in the bottom lane. ONIC on the turtle.
Yeah, Lunar's gonna have to try to make his way up. TNZ looking for a possible steal here. Lunar is gonna try to open things up.
Kyrie dodged it! How?
Does come down right next to Kyrie. Kyrie takes a bit of damage, force the top side. Rosa falls to Loopy, but TNZ also low, and Keyboy gets the kill. ONIC finally responding in game number 2 as Pagu falls. Siggyboom comes in with a blazing duet, but unable to get the finish.
I don't think he's gonna do enough damage yet, this Claude.
Keyboy still chasing down Lunar. Loopy uses the flicker, gets the final.
Ooh.
It's Keyboy who dashes
Okay, ONIC finally fighting back.
From the Sky Kings, this time on turtle number 1. They learned from their mistakes. It was an insane utilization of the untargetable by Kyrie.
Dude, Kyrie was...
With the Wrath of the Dryad flicker
How did he do that?
He outplays the situation, gets away, and baits everybody into this skirmish. Kyrie with the retribution and the play. And now it's ONIC who are leading with tempo and goal. Great reaction though from Sigiboom. He did rotate quicker. Kelra was right behind him, trying to rotate over, and that's why
Claw doesn't do damage now. Yeah, it kind of feels...
damage over on Keyboy, and then
feels kind of rough to use him.
Yeah, at this point, ONIC has taken a decent lead.
I feel like you actually just have to take Moskov.
Pocket of Kyrie, but Loopy being 2-0-2 on this Uranus can be a problem. Yes, they have the hard lockdown with Pagu, they have the small stun with Rosa, but still it doesn't feel like enough to deal with a well-fed Uranus. And Loopy's gonna start harassing into this jungle. He's gonna start becoming a problem for TNZ, a problem for Rosa.
Despite that win for ONIC, the lead is still pretty much non-existent. Just a 1,000 goal lead between the two. TNZ still level.
I'm kind of surprised Aurora put Hilda in lane versus Uranus too.
Utilizes the Wrath of the Dryad better. Sans has been on it 24/7, always after getting that level 4, stealing the Wrath of the Dryad over. Kyrie with a jump up top.
A lot of damage. Sigiboom get away from this. Use the BMI, and in comes TNZ. Just to try to ward him off. Keyboy is there as well. The disengage.
TNZ didn't commit there because he saw that Keyboy was
They
near.
were able to bait out the Purify, a Blazing Duet, and the Tempest of Blades with the Retribution as well. This should be free for ONIC, but it's always awkward. Rosa.
Keyboy trying to get the knock-up, will go in, gets the kick, but it goes the wrong way. Well played by Rosa, but another utility gone. Flicker off the map for Rosa. Loopy now harassing them away. They know they can't fight for the turtle. But ONIC doesn't just want the turtle, they want a little bit more. A lot of damage onto Pagu. Wrath of Dryad does come out from Sans. It's enough to buy time to take out Pagu. Kyrie gets the kill, and Loopy continues to zone Sigiboom and Rosa away.
Okay, ONIC is fighting back now for real.
He wants a bit more now with Sans.
They are in control.
But that is a Hilda. Lunar's still going to be able to survive right now as Pagu wasn't... Oh, wait a second, a dive perhaps? No. Lunar gets away, the SOD thrown into the bottom lane, but TNZ is still able to clear it out. Purple buff gonna be threatened now. ONIC know what they need to take, but they will play it slow. Sans in mid!
Sans takes a lot of damage,
Whoa.
Lunar gets the kill, and now Aurora's gonna just, I mean, at this point, they just want their purple. You guys are in our territory, they don't want to fight. They're just
Up until now, Aurora has largely won their games by dominating through early.
A lot more vulnerable than in previous metas against tanks. If you walk up to
If they can show us that they are also capable of winning through late scaling, then yeah, they will really be a force to be reckoned with.
This is the assassin meta. You get caught, you're dead. Keyboy setting up for something.
So ONIC definitely needs to stop that, and that's a good kick.
Kyrie gonna be able to get the final blow in, and that's another kill into the hand of Kyrie to stack onto that piercer.
The Keyboy show causing a lot of problems for Aurora. Oh, they got Kyrie though.
Get the kill as Loopy tries to move in, but Kelra with an SOD into the back line, forcing them under the base. Loopy flickers in, and Rosa goes down. Kelra getting the kill, and now Lunar's in a bad spot. Keyboy.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this last pick Hilda.
ONIC are moving on to that tier 3 in the boss side.
I feel like the last pick Hilda was not good.
Once again.
Oh my god. It's so beautiful to watch. Chaotic MLBB, but amazing nonetheless. Aurora trying to respond over by being proactive after TNZ got picked off, but then again, it's ONIC improvising their way into a teamfight win, just playing and threading the needle.
Keyboy is 4-0-5, dude.
Finding those skirmishes and literally just brute forcing their way into a teamfight win.
And that's what it's been for so many games. We saw it in the last series, SRG able to brute force their way in, and now ONIC showing that they can go toe-to-toe, play the same type of game as the others. Last turtle on the map, Aurora. Probably won't even be able to fight for this. They just want to go for their purple.
Nope. I think they're gonna have to give this away unless TNZ finds a miraculous steal, but on Cho, on the hands of Keyboy, I don't think you're gonna try to actually walk up there. There's been a couple of times already where he's been caught by the Jin-Kun Dome. Keyboy just has a way with the Cho whenever he's up against an assassin. And that's why TNZ, the man who's been popping off all throughout MSC, is now 0-3 against ONIC ID in game number 2.
Yeah, Aurora can't really start these fights.
It does make me wonder a bit though.
Have to kind of let on.
Why isn't Aurora trying to play like the strategies we saw before? You know, like the healer cheese sort of strategy.
ONIC, on the other hand,
because they seem to be pretty comfortable with it.
Time and time again, Loopy gonna take a couple shots, should be okay. Doesn't have the consecration right now, but still not a huge problem. Oh. Into the backside, TNZ with the Tempest of Blades does land down onto Keller. Keller's able to backstep, a lot of damage back onto Lunar. Kyrie, the dragon jump in.
Oh, TNZ just can't play, dude. This show.
Every time Aurora tries to make a play, ONIC responds quicker, and there's Keyboy, lands onto Pagu. Zoning the rest of the team back, they're able to get another kill. It's double for Sans as ONIC advances. Whoa.
Yeah, this is a GG.
Keyboy once again setting up the fight for his team.
What a play. Siggyboom able to still get a shot.
Oh, Siggyboom got shut down though.
Goes with the Jeet Kune Do, baits out the flicker from Rosa, but finds the Jeet Kune Do on Pagu. So at the end of the day, it's still a forced error. They're still able to utilize all of their resources well enough to punish Aurora and their awkward movements. It really comes down to these members playing as individuals. You gotta win those 1v1s. It's been a lot of 1v1s across the map in game number 1, but now ONIC have read it. They finally are able to adapt to the circumstances that Aurora have put them in, and Aurora, they're the ones who are struggling to even find a structure right now. That's gonna be their first structure in the game. Turret tier 1 down below, but TNZ's a level down on Kai, about to be 2.
And look at Keyboy in this bush. Siggyboom needs to be careful. May get caught out here. And I feel like so much is on the shoulders of Siggyboom right now with the game that TNZ has had. He's just not able to fully pop off.
This is a tough spot to be.
Holy moly. Siggyboom, on the other hand,
the Ling just really doesn't have anything right now.
But to be able to do that, you need Pagu, you need Lunar to be able to set something up for the team.
I'm surprised ONIC aren't just blitzing the Lord right now, knowing that Kyrie is 3 whole levels ahead of TNZ, and they have Moscow to play out of the side lane. But they're gonna take it slow. Aurora.
I wonder why Aurora didn't pick CC or Ruby.
But look at Kelra up top.
I feel like there was just a lot of better EXP laners. Oh my god, Keyboy!
Dragon onto Rosa. Rosa's gonna go down. Kyrie able to get the kill. Now Pagu also caught in between 3 members as Loopy.
Meanwhile, look at Kelra. He's pushing.
Kelra up in the top side, chipping away at this tower. Rosa's just trying to defend the base. Now look at the damage on TNZ. Tempest of Blades comes
Oh my god! Oh, this is GG.
Lunar, Aurora are scattered as ONIC close in onto the base to tie this game.
Aurora needs to play for early game. They cannot give away early game.
8 for Pagu. Can they bide enough time? Can they hold the defense? ONIC knocking at the door. Another wave of minions comes out. Pagu's there as well. Doesn't have a Wrath of Dream, but look at the big stun.
Ouch, that was a lot of damage actually.
Aurora Gaming live to go another day as Lunar dashes in, gets pushed back. And ONIC has to run away at this one.
That was a bit of greed from ONIC. They got everything. Yes, good plays by Aurora, but ONIC stayed too long when the Lord was up as well. They could have backed off, went straight for the Lord, but instead they tried to double down on the end and they got caught. That's the thing. That's the beauty of this meta. Doesn't really matter if you're 8,000 gold ahead. One mistake can set you back, and it almost did. What is that damage? It's a whole 1,000 gold difference in the mid lane, yet Rosa was able to burst down these squishy members of ONIC. Oh, Aurora really wished for TNZ to be up right there, dude. That would have been the dream for the burst to come through, TNZ to respawn just on time, getting the pitch poised. But even then, ONIC still have an 8,000 gold lead. They have that far lane.
I don't know, I feel like, can you even come back from an 8k gold lead like this?
Second there. He was still waiting on cooldown.
They have good late game scaling, yes, but the scalers have just not been able to farm.
And I think this is why they've been taking it slow. This is why they've been careful at their approach in these fights, because at any moment, the combo play is there. We're down to 12.5 minutes, and Aurora still has some ways to respond.
So now we got to talk about the wave clear. Honestly, not too good for Aurora. In a way, usually when you have a Ling, you can actually split these minions apart. You can stagger the waves just by clearing the side lane. But with a Moskov on ONIC's hands, with a 9,000 gold lead as well, don't really think that's going to happen. ONIC are going to be able to handle.
If Aurora wanted to play a marksman, they really should have picked Moskov. They had access to him in 4th pick.
Base turrets if they want to survive.
If I remember correctly.
right, Aurora going to be able to defend down the mid. They clear the tower.
But that last pick Hilda is still a head scratcher for me. Considering how smart Midnight has been with his picks, I really don't know what I feel about that last one.
Doesn't quite connect. Kyrie able to phase out. Aurora defend the tower. They move on to the top Lord, and ONIC get nothing in that push.
Wow.
They're defending though.
Defense. I really thought that the base turrets would go down with that Lord, knowing that they have so much tempo in the Moskov as well. But Aurora, they've already used the electric.
Gets the kick.
Oh, that's not the kick we wanted though.
To the backside. A lot of damage on a Loopy. Loopy tries to dive in. He's forced to flicker out. Kyrie to the backside.
But even with that, there's too much of a gold difference. Oh my god, TNC's alive. Sigabum goes in. Wait, Sigabum! He just got 2 shutdowns.
2 whole shutdowns for Siggy Boom.
That's a lot of money.
Base turrets in the sides. But my goodness, did everything fall right on top of Aurora? That was perfect. Keyboy missed the way the dragon. He didn't get the right target, didn't get the right angle. But look at this crazy move by Tianzi. I mean, a tad bit of luck, obviously.
One hit
Spears didn't get him. Oh my god.
from the Ling dying there.
That was a clincher for sure, even for Siggy Boom here, who had to walk past following through the BMI. Back last second, 2 members down. ONIC.
That's a big turnaround.
Aurora back in the game.
Sigabum got all of that gold.
Gold leads in this meta. It doesn't really feel like the normal 10K.
It doesn't at all. Big SOD doesn't connect. Aurora getting their second structure of the game.
Oh my god.
At 15 minutes in. And
it's still an uphill battle though.
Right now, but showing that at any
but
moment
ONIC cannot make a mistake like that again.
And ONIC has to respect it.
And now it's back to that slow build. It was Winter Crown earlier for Siggy Boom. He sells it, gets the win in nature, knows just how much there is of a threat from ONIC when it comes to the physical damage. Kelra scaled up completely. Kyrie on the Hirara, a menace. Shut down, but still a menace. Not as many stacks on the Sky Piercer, but that survivability of his. Now Aurora,
the key boy.
Do they read it out? Do they do housekeeping properly, right?
Pagu's done it.
But it's
on Rosa. He's already looking for the kick. Rosa.
Oh, Keyboy messed up the engagement. Kelra goes in. Rosa's gonna die here.
Still find in the back. But wait, Kelra's in trouble. Oh my god.
Oh, the wind of nature on both sides. Oh, but the top, they're going for it. They got Kelra.
That's not worth it. Kelra for Rosa is not worth it.
In trouble.
What? Lunar's alive? Probably not for long.
As well, Kyrie able to pick him up. It's 2 members down to the side of Aurora. Pagu, Siggy Boom trying to defend. Sans moves on. Pagu goes down. A double kill for Kyrie. TNZ.
ONIC needs to end.
They need you.
They gotta try and end.
Up top, Siggy Boom clearing out the wave. Final baser of the game.
It's 4v2. Oh no, TNZ, the mistake!
Finally gets the kick. And it's Siggy Boom, 6 seconds on the clock for Rosa. Siggy Boom may not be able to do this alone. He doesn't have the blazing duet.
Yeah, that's it. That's GG.
Trying to defend. The base is low.
Wait, hold on! Rosa's alive!
He's down. No way. Aurora still holds on.
No, I don't think he can do it. I don't think it's enough. It's not enough. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god. That was close though.
Rosa keeps everybody on the edge of their seats. ONIC still though holding on, utilizing the leads and pushing through with the iframes to dodge from those stuns. Kyrie said it in an interview. This is our meta. And to level this series 1-1.
I mean, Aurora should just play the same like strats that they did before,
that's
right?
Exactly what we needed. That's exactly what we anticipated. My goodness, what a good game!
But that was a game.
What a good series. We still got.
That was an impressive showing.
I want 4 more of those.
Yeah, just give me the best of 7 at this point. Let's just keep it going.
Oh man, God. That was just beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful MLB.
TNC kept getting kicked as well. The Ling actually couldn't really do much this game, and even then, Aurora was close.
Comes back up. Siggy Boom hangs on, but ONIC did not want to. They didn't want to turn around. This is all or nothing right here. We're either finishing this or we're losing this.
There were no breaks. They took it out, right? There was a nitro button, and they definitely put it on. the gear from 1 to 6 as well after that first turtle. And it was Aurora playing on the back foot for such a long time. It's impressive, honestly, how they were able to turn things around for just a bit. Especially here. It just came down to hero plays after hero plays for Aurora to stay in the game.
That game was only, what, 18 minutes, something like that? It felt like a 25-minute game.
Dude.
It felt like that game had me on the edge of my seat throughout the whole thing. And I mean, so many great plays. Siggy Boom here, able to save the base. This is when they had a slight entry back in, but here's the
Dude, Rosa almost saved it, actually.
Winter Crown's back, able to get to safety. iframes out of the shot.
If he killed Kyrie here,
and iframes the
might have been able to hold on. But then the SOD connects.
SOD landed. We're gonna throw it to the panel to dissect this game and break it all down.
That was close, dude.
That was a fun one.
Crazy.
Tie it back up, and we go again. Best of 5s coming up
Let
soon.
me go throw
best
this.
of 3s for now, so we turn it into a best of 1 to tell us what the story will be, who's moving on, and for a match that has about at least a minimum, if you win versus if you lose, $40,000 on the line.
Oh boy.
That's kind of the way it should go, huh, Rimar?
Yeah, I love the show that we are getting. Yeah, clearly that was a one-sided on the game, but Aurora on the defense. But Kiboy went into this game with a mission, man. He wanted revenge, and he got it.
It's some hot stuff. Honestly, it's some of the best Hiraras we've seen so far, the best plays that we've seen so far, and really high caliber decisions that are being made from both sides with compositions that honestly one mistake should have been kind of over for.
It was a lot of like base holding almost and continuing. Gideon, was this on in your mind more of the fact that ONIC was making a moment that shouldn't have been a moment, or where they needed to be more aggressive? Were they less patient? Was it just really good defense by Aurora, even though they should have died in some of those earlier moments? What do you think about those base defenses, how they kept going?
Well, I think a lot of it just really boils down to how you kind of envision your opponent, right? I think they understand that Aurora is coming in really, really hot right now, and if they drag the game out any longer, the higher the possibility that maybe they were going to drop the game afterwards. Obviously, there were some moments where maybe the most correct play was to go down to the Lord, but why risk it when Tianzi has been this close every single time to stealing away neutrals?
So just pushing and pushing, saying we got to end it now. This is it. We throw it all against the wall. It worked. I mean, it was great to see ONIC bounce back. And Rinmar, I know you got some plays
Hirara win rate is so high. Yeah, I think she's busted.
What did you catch when you were looking at game 2?
Well, I was looking at the draft first and foremost. Gideon and I
Damn,
some very
they left
fun
Gideon
discussions
hanging.
about it. Looking at the draft, of course, our priorities over the side for ONIC. We both really liked that the choke came out early. So the orders have been a little bit twisted, but then just keep in mind, all right, Gideon, I need your help out here. All right. You don't need to put your armor on me, but I like it. So
I like it too. It's great vision. Somebody take a photo of this.
So the show actually came out of the first phase alongside with the Hirara, and the pick that I really liked coming out of the first phase was the Uranus. ONIC knew that Aurora needed to pick the Ling at the 3rd slot here, and that's exactly what they did. Because if they wanted to match the Esmeralda into the Uranus, they can't. If they prioritize the Esmeralda over the Ling, they're losing the Ling, and then suddenly they're down on Assassin. They needed to rush the Ling at red 3. They banned out the Esmeralda later on. Now, I feel a little bit vindicated with my, I wouldn't call it hatred, but dislike for picking up the Claude and the...
Yeah, you do.
Eudora early
it doesn't
on.
Work.
Especially with the Uranus up, but... Gideon made a fair point that it was the Cho coming out early that was really good. You want to hop in real quick as to why you really like the Cho coming out?
Because the beautiful thing about the Cho is that it forces a lot of gold lane matchups to be skewed in one favor or the other because of Flicker. Sometimes, especially when you're facing off things like Harith, or when you can get run down by someone like Claude, having Flicker is the make it or break it in that laning phase. So here, especially when it comes down to first phase Cho, there was a lot of value because you see Sigabum now has to take Purify.
Yeah, all right. So now let's go back to the first play that I want to break down here. This was like the first big team fight for Turtle number 1, if I'm not mistaken. So this got stretched out, and you can see the difficulty here for Aurora when it comes to fighting, especially with the presence of the Uranus around. You see how much hell Ludwig is giving them with the movements.
I'm wondering if Aurora was just like testing things out. But then do you really want to test things out at this stage? You know, you're 1 win away from direct qualification to playoffs.
Because of the single target lockdown.
Because like so far they have been winning quite handedly through early game, and then for some reason they decide to play Ling Claude, you know?
Punishing them with the creeping damage that he provides. And the final play that I would like to...
I thought that they would put Belleric in the EXP lane as well, but then they put Hilda over there.
This was the dagger fight.
And Hilda's just not gonna do anything to Uranus.
Starting it out, marking TNZ, marking Aurora really well, and that forced Aurora to respond. But with Kyrie holding the bush, he would get spotted out and AoE'd. But watch out for Sans coming in with a Valentina ult to get the kill there onto Sigibum, and then Kelro landing the SOD in time to join the fight and deliver the dagger. That was the win that solidified the lead and the win for ONIC.
I hope it was ONIC, otherwise we're here for no reason. It's a 2-0 to Aurora. Just kidding. It's ONIC. They tied it up. It's 1-1. And, you know, that was a great breakdown, Ramari. Also, you know, you mentioned Mozkov, and that's SOD, and the fact that he has played such a big role in this tournament. It feels like it's been the decider in so many different games, whether it's been the main thing or whether
I really think
extra
you
thing
should
that
just be
pushes them over the edge,
prioritizing Mozkov
especially
over
with the
Claude
Auroras,
now.
With the Chos as this
Claude
instance,
just
you
doesn't
said.
really feel
Valentina worked out
as
pretty well in
strong.
mid as well and kind of like stabilized for them. And, you know, I just wonder, what do you think? The lane continues to go down in win rate. We see the Harara go up in win rate again, Gideon. Do you really think it's that matchup? I mean, other question, how do you enable the Ling enough to where you start
Claude is past
moving
his
this around
prime.
back in the other direction?
That's a great question. I think a lot of it
Claude
comes
as
down
a
to
hero
priority,
is
right?
always
That's why you see a lot of
jumping
these
in and
highly
out of his
defensive
prime, you
plays coming
know?
out from a lot of teams who's like, oh,
Sometimes
you know
he's
what?
really
Because Harara
good,
is actually
sometimes
so good
he's
at
not
clearing
so
these waves
good.
early
You know,
on,
it's all,
especially at level 2.
yeah.
They look for these fights, so it's a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's either I invade, you defend, or I attack your mid lane, try it, make sure I get some battle spells, or maybe I trade junglers. Either way, it's about punching above your weight and getting as much of value as you can with as minimal discounts as possible.
Yeah, the tradings early on, especially for those picks, is getting really quite difficult. I think Hirara is just such
It's kind of unfortunate that it went to game 3.
You get the multiple dashes. I know.
I was hoping for it to finish off so that I could end my stream and go play things.
What happens if suddenly one of the main pieces you need
I wanted to do some stuff in FF14 before the daily reset.
But it does need some help as well. It needs some sandbags. It needs someone to help crowd
But
control
well,
the field for itself if ever.
we're locked in at this point.
In with the Tempest of Blades. But what happens when the Hilda
You
gets
wanna
taken out
see
early?
me,
What
yeah?
happens when the Bellary gets taken out early? It gets
Hmm.
difficult for the Ling and TNZ to start making a move of when to go in.
It feels
Well,
like it just has a higher
we've
floor
seen a
than
good
the
number
Harara,
of different
right? I mean,
goal
in terms
laners
of
at this
being
point.
able to execute it, I would
So
say.
I don't
I
think
might
it's
reverse that
impossible,
way that I was
really.
trying to explain it, but you need more elements to make sure your Ling is absolutely dominating the way that a Harara feels like. If she's a first pick, there's so many different ways that we're seeing lineups built to exploit what she does well, and she's getting the job done. I mean, you can't have a 75+ win rate without that, right? You have to be flexible. So it seems like maybe that could be a priority going into it in terms of, even though somebody gets Ling, somebody gets Harara, is it really an even trade anymore?
Yeah,
I think it's the acceptance of, I'm going to play for the later stages of the game and Harara wants to play in the early stages of the game, right? It's very clear identities when these jungles have to actually battle against each other, because even so, there are some pros and cons, right? Despite Harara having 4 abilities at level 2, Ling can cross the map in less than 3 seconds, right? You're giving away pressure for extra strength when you are playing this Harara. So that's why it really boils down to that mid lane. And I think that a lot of teams have started to recognize right now, hey, if we can influence the lane with our picks, Cho, very good example of this, to force people to take out Purifies, I think then it starts to open your mind to what other options you have of what truly is strong side and weak side.
Yeah, so we might need to revisit the importance of showing up Cho a little bit earlier in the draft, as Gideon pointed out. For me personally, the type of mid laners that you have and the damage profile that you have, looking at the opposing EXP laner. If you Doris up, I really don't like to pick it up. If
I wonder what's gonna happen next. I really feel like Aurora should just play back the same like meta they did when they beat Liquid. I feel like it should work.
What they did, early, quick success, and now ONIC has forced Sigiboom, and the first time Aurora's coach, Midnight, to come up with another plan. This is their first loss of the tournament so far.
I think at this point, maybe they just go for the trade. They go for the Ling Harara trade. They gotta ban one of those options.
Ban one of those out, pick it up, and then force the other to play a different kind of assassin?
Exactly, because so far blue side first picks have been very interesting when it comes down to like,
alright,
you're going to get one
let's
of
see
these
what
assassins.
happens. Game 3, final game of the stream today, everyone. I'm not gonna be watching the final match. I wanna go chill. We have already been live for 6.5 hours.
I think
By the
now,
time this
especially
game
with both
ends,
of
we'll
these
probably
teams,
have
we're
been
going to
live
depend on
for
both
7
Ziggurat
hours,
and
which is
Calra.
more
There's
than a
more
quarter
priority
of the
for
day that
supports
I
to
have
go
been
up.
sitting here in front of this PC. And I will continue sitting in front of the PC. Just doing other things.
Rivers to always join Turtle 1. That's a given.
Alright, Midnight, what you gonna do?
Then it's a really fast rotating gold laner to see if they can build an early lead, similar to the Claude that might want to join in, or a Moscow SOD.
Again, the loser of this has to face SRG. And while they may not be at top form right now, I'm pretty sure both these teams would like to avoid the risk of that.
ONIC and Aurora kind of.
Aurora is on blue side, so they will have priority for
This is
Hirara.
kind of interesting, right? So ONIC have respected, you know what, Fanny, Selena must go every single time. But then you come to Aurora side on blue. This time they made sure, you know what, we're going to do exactly what you did in the previous time. We're going to ban out the Marcel. We're going to give you that last option to decide whether you want to do the trade. And yes, they do go for the trade. Hirara
They
gets
ban
banned out.
Hirara. That makes sense.
This is going to be
I think you just kind of have to.
Yeah. ONIC would want to get the Cho, and they have an option to go for the utility jungle if ever. There are still a lot of assassins on the board. You could still consider bringing back Harley.
Ooh, Freya first pick, okay.
Earlier, the Freya trade is active, and Aurora would rather go
So
for
I
the
guess
Freya.
ONIC probably wants Ling at this
They don't need to
point.
rush showing it whether it's going to go into the EXP
Maybe
or
you
gold.
go into like a Ling Valentina just to deny the Bellaric, and then like you can take it for
an
yourself.
option, or trying to expand the pool just a little bit more, which means that ONIC at this stage need a decent amount of peel. They could go for traditional counters, but that might reveal too much early on. I think it's going back over to the Eudora once again.
You think Aurora is going to be crazy enough to go again with that Raphael in mid, Barrett's XP, Freya gold?
They could set it up. They could set up for it, but they need something that like hard scales in that jungle, and without the Harara
So it should be a Ling.
I think now they need something else to kind of
Ling
fulfill that position.
Paquito.
Ooh, Pac.
Oh, an early Paquito. Now that's interesting.
So
I think
that
they're
gives
I
ONIC
think
some
they're also opening up their
flexibility.
options as a flex in the gold. So if ever that Freya goes gold, then you send the pack on over, and then at least you get a fighter trade.
Paquito can go into either side
that means he
lane,
has
so
well, the
depending
Ruby
on
trigger
how
fingers
things
need to be
go,
there. So let's
he
see whether
could
we
even
find
be
any
put
of
in
those
gold
indicators
lane,
in this draft.
since they already have Ling
And
for
if ONIC
scaling.
getting rid of Zushin, I would have imagined that they would look for something a little bit more peely, right? Or at the very least, the Cho at some point of time. It makes a lot more sense now for Aurora than earlier, now that they've shown the Ling. But even so, I still think that there's a lot of value in it.
It also makes sense to take out the Jushin if ever you're going to be going for like a full dive, because you guys do not want to get like all crowd controlled up in the air by Jushin. So that might have already been a tell by Aurora that despite this looking like a flex, this could be a close to
So Aurora will take the Bellaric Uranus, so this is a Freya gold.
I wonder if they're trying to bait out and signal to ONIC like, hey, commit a ban into the Rafaela in the second phase. We did it before, we'll do it again.
It's a tanky lineup right there as well. A lot of front line and presence. You mentioned Rivers rotating will be on the docket.
Yeah, Rafaela would honestly work with what Aurora's doing right now. But they would still need a good source of damage in the jungle.
So it's like sort of telling ONIC, hey, maybe you want to consider that this might actually be going to
Was I here from the start? Yeah, you would basically hear from the start. I appreciate that.
In-game stuff going on right now by Aurora, potentially.
Yeah, it's putting ONIC in a pretty awkward position because last time they didn't have to worry like too much about certain things, and they were also.
Hopefully, you've been enjoying spending this Saturday sitting in front of your screen, watching this dodo talk about random things, and get very tired.
We've seen many times you lose that out fast.
So they do go Eudora, no Valentina. I was thinking they might go Valentina to steal the Bellaric ult.
Not get surprised. Eudora,
but they stick with Eudora, which is interesting.
Aurora expected this.
Yeah?
You would have probably thought, okay, you have Ling available, so that's probably what they'll go to. But do they have an answer? Something sneaky?
If you do end up trying FF14 at some point as well, let me know.
I'm scared of. Yeah. Oh, they're banning out the Guinevere just to make sure that these neutral objectives are going to be less.
It means that I can escort you around in game.
Violet Requiem, Esmeralda, really good ban here, and this is an admission from Midnight. It's like they recognize that both sides could actually lean into the double fighters.
Yeah. So now, oh, that might actually be a bit of a reveal of where the Uranus is.
If ever, yep.
Because if you ban out the Esmeralda, it makes a lot
Okay,
of sense.
so they ban Guinevere,
gets sent to gold, the
and
Beller
then
gets
Esme.
rogue, so now you're just waiting for mid and jungle. Because I was thinking, I wonder.
Yeah,
if
my
they
brain
wanna
is
tap
not
the
working
tactics
anymore. I
over.
really
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
think
Is
about
it
drafts
crazy
or
flex
picks
that
or
the Beller
whatever.
could still go XP, that
I have
Uranus
been
could
here
still
too
go jungle?
long.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is Uranus jungle gonna be up to speed to the lane? And then I realized, no, it's gonna be way too slow.
Is Uranus, Rome, Belleric, XP, Freya, goal an option?
Uranus, Rome, a little bit kind of funky.
It would
be Belleric XP definitely good. Oh, they banned out the Rafaela.
I love it.
Okay, so they do ban Ra.
This is a position that Midnight
Makes
wanted
sense.
to at least say, hey, recognize me, look at me, right? Get rid of the Rafaela. And now that you've committed to it, I want to see what the conversion is going to be.
I guess it's Genshin cold
Because,
region.
again, Midnight's got a lot of plans, and at the same time, he shocked us in the first
Well,
couple of
there's
days.
no
He's
rush.
got something else in that
FF14 ain't
I'm
going
interested to know
anywhere.
Why?
I do like this. Double Fighter's been talked about, but we'll see if that ends up becoming a reality for either of these teams. Still on that final ban phase for Aurora. What will they take?
Technically, if Aurora wanted a healing support, they can still go like
It's
Matilda.
going to be real hard to get through, and now that they've already locked the Eudora for themselves on the side to ONIC, they don't even have
Logically, ONIC should consider a Moskov, I feel like.
What does that leave us with?
Because if... Actually, no, they don't have to pick Moskov right now. They can leave it for last. Since Aurora already has like both their side laners.
After game number 1, I think
Yeah, they go Barats. Makes more sense.
Yeah.
I wonder what we get after Cold Region in Genshin. Yeah, I mean, Snezhnaya has been the end goal for a while. There technically is like one more region, you know, where I forgot what it was called, where Dainsleif comes from.
Somewhere, but then with the lane, you're gonna get slowed down in your jungling if you try to go for something cheesy in the jungle.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Matilda is looking real good for either side.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyenria, yeah.
Man,
YSS.
controversial here.
Lo Yi.
Oh, the Lo Yi.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Here we go.
That's a very low mobility mage, though.
Map pressure to be able to kind of, you know,
So they're using it as a way to match a Ling's macro, then?
Multiple people at once to a target location. Yes, it is reveal, big whoops, but it's still.
But like, I think Yisun Shin has a 0% win rate so far.
This could be an interesting approach.
And no one has actually been able to win with him.
ONIC.
I'm honestly surprised that teams are still doing so, especially when you have qualification on the line. I guess there's a lot of faith that it'll work.
Has not won a game, been played about 6 times. This will be the 6th. We'll see if that changes here.
Let's see if they'll make it work. You see some cursed
This will be Yisun Shin's first win, you think so? Oh, but the Minotaur is actually a really good like response.
With Eudora getting picked,
if everyone gets TP'd in with Lo Yi, you just pop that Minuan Fury.
Because there's a Bears on the other side. Oh, interesting choices, but with the Lo Yi, this might be the X factor.
Whoever flickers first loses.
Yeah.
I really don't know if this will really work.
This could be over in a flicker as well, because you see these two
Yisun
teams,
Shin
how
thus
good they
far
are,
has had a lot of
how
difficulty
effective
fighting
these
against
drafts can
Ling.
be. But only one
But
is
Aurora
gonna move
seems
on into
confident that they can pull it
knockout.
off.
One will still be
So we
alive,
shall
and we'll
simply
join
watch
another elimination game.
and
For
see.
Game 3, it needs no hype added. It's a big one. ONIC trying to take down Aurora Gaming. Let's send it over to our casters. Mirko and Trex.
Here it is, the final game of the series. It's Mirko and Trex to bring you the action of this Game 3, and conclusion awaits us. The climax, here we go.
I'm not ready for it, Mirko. I'm not ready for it. We got a Lu Yi. Midnight's either cooking or overcooked.
Emblems
with
are
this
pretty
one, but
standard
so far,
as
He has
usual.
been a chef in the draft.
Lo Yi's first appearance in the tournament as well.
Draft turned out.
Okay. Just against these very low-range targets,
The
that
big
really
ouch.
makes a lot of sense. I'll be honest with you. Back in the day as well, when it comes to the utility jungles, man, like the
It
Barats
does
over,
definitely win against
everyone wants
Eudora
to stick
in
together.
lane.
They kind of get countered by the Lo Yi, right? So it's AoE damage that Aurora are playing around. And they have a very good front to back. If they can somehow
But
get the
surely
top
that's not the
which
only
should
reason
be
they pick
kinda
it.
like the win already, just based
You
on
have the
composition
global
here.
presence,
Sideways,
but
they can't play around Rosa early on. So we'll find out. Again, it's the Wilderness Blessing with the Braves by Rosa. Even though he's on the Lo Yi, does a lot of good damage on ONIC's composition, still got to get that safety net, man. A little bit of sustain. tenacities across the board as well, though, but nothing too crazy aside from that.
Kyrie does use the retribution on that Litho Wander, wondering if Aurora's going to try to capitalize and harass onto this orange buff, but ONIC already smells it coming. They're going to move in, try to push Aurora away. TNZ might want to get involved.
Dangerous game that Aurora's playing here just to steal this one camp, and it's working. Wow, that low E damage.
Pushed onto the tower by Loopy, so well done to disengage by him. Aurora's forced to back off.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. These melee targets clumping up together, it's just so good for Rosa to find the constant yin-yang reactions on him. And it's gotten him a free go.
Highly aggressive play already.
Able to get this one.
After this, I'm gonna finish the HSRX fate story. Oh, but the flicker.
First blood, I think that's 3 games in a row. First blood's on.
Rosa able to trade at least.
Quick trade.
Hasn't been the best 2 games for TNZ, man. ONIC really have set their sights on him. But Rosa has done a good job taking down Sans. Now it's 1-to-1. Tempo up top for Aurora. So TNZ should still be able to get the orange buff and make it in time into the turtle. So let's see again what happened here. It's just Sans with the flicker in, dude. Gets it, shut down, a stun. Kyrie, just Cherry on top with the Tempest of Blades. But it will be traded, so not the worst. Still really good for ONIC, but not the worst for Aurora.
And Aurora is not, you know, whether it's game 1, game 2, or game 3, they're not going to stop this.
Kelra Paquito. Definitely not something you see too often. Aurora still trying to fight.
And ONIC has been dealing with
the turtles being taken. They're gonna literally teleport their way in there. Luckily, Keyboy not level 4 yet.
Good stun. Nice stun on Loopy as well, but a nice stun from Sans as well. Rosa trying to get involved with the yin-yang overturn.
And here's the main one. TNZ secures the turtle, but now he's being eaten. Goes down. Loopy gets traded. They're gonna go for Kelra. Should be a dead Kelra. Double kill for Sigiboom.
TNZ is nothing but a bait to reel ONIC in for the rest of the team to corral over and just pounce.
But Lee Sun-Shin is just constantly being targeted every single time, man.
But again, for Sigiboom, it's about waiting for those resources to be depleted by ONIC already from the rest of the team for him to come in as the main carry. 2 kills over, now the gold lead as well. They even got the neutral objective with that turtle earlier, so man, Aurora really cooking. Maybe that's how you make the Yi Sun-Shin work. Every other team, they pick the Yi Sun-Shin, they play around the Yi Sun-Shin. Aurora like, this is the Yi Sun-Shin, he's a support.
he gets the turtle, he dies, then we kill you, and that's just the goal. You know, but honestly, this has been the start for TNZ.
Oh, even using the low Yi ult to increase TNZ's farm.
So I don't think we completely count him out. Yes, right now on a YSS, you don't want to have 2 deaths this early, but at least this time Sigiboom has something. They have other heroes to rely on this game.
And I really gotta say, man, very underrated member of Aurora, right? Everybody talks about TNZ, Rosa, even Pagu at M7 because he was the newest member, but Sigiboom, just a constant growth from this man right here. From his debut on Aurora, actually from his debut in S2G at M6, to then joining Aurora. He's now all alone, but that's why Freya's meta, you know? Never really out of the meta since M7. Thank you, Arfi. I hate you, kinda, a little bit.
I like the Freya. I like seeing it. It's fun to watch. It gives us a little bit of taste in the gold lane. But you were mentioning Sigiboom, and the fact is, yeah, a couple years ago, would we have said Sigiboom's going toe-to-toe with Kelra in the gold lane? Nope. That growth right there shows how far this team has come. But ONIC has the talent to match
Aurora
it.
Controlling turtle. Mountain Stalker sees everything. TNZ finally secures the turtle without being targeted. You're going for Lutpi. I think they will kill Lutpi.
A nice taunt on a Keyboy as well. Keyboy able to dash away to safety, but Aurora get another objective.
And the diversion again, sending them over to orange buff.
They're teleporting to steal buffs.
Isn't even gonna try to contest it. They know there's no chance.
Hey, it's just so good from Aurora. Dude, they're
ouch! Dude, the low Yi one-shotting Eudora, man.
Sans just got cooked. Again, he's been getting cooked.
Kyrie gets an orange buff though, he steals one back. So Kyrie's constantly being proactive on the map. Now, Sigiboom up against Kelra. Sigiboom up against Kyrie. Sigiboom up against the world. Looking for the next target.
He dashed over the wall to avoid the templates. And he kills Kelra in a 1v2.
Who is this man? That man Sigiboom.
Really puts the boom at MSC right now with the Freya 3-0-1 in a 2v1. He likes those odds. Just go straight through ONIC. Lunar with the back.
Aurora honestly doing pretty well here. Another teleport to go for the bottom tower. The macro play on the hero is being maximized, dude.
Right now, Aurora has achieved perfect flow state.
This is how you're supposed to play a Lo Yi in its perfect state. Literally impossible to achieve in a pub lobby. Rosa will probably die, yeah.
One more shot. Kyrie. Can
Lunar chase?
Even the playing field. Lunar doesn't have a flicker. Kyrie should be able to get away.
He gets out.
Wait.
Oh, was it close? You thought that was actually
Hey, wait, no, that's key one. That's key one.
Looking at how chaotic the game has been, how many flanks we had in the last game, I don't blame you. For a second, even my eyes deceived me. I was like, yo, is that
Who's that?
Is that Belric? No, it was Keyboy, just to conceal to help him in case the chase went a bit too far. But Aurora, 4,000 ahead, Tienzi gets away. ONIC trying to time Keyboy.
No, Keyboy going very deep for that. They missed the Daytona's welcome as well. This is disastrous for ONIC. Their ultimates are gone. Their frontliners are melting. Kilra is pushing bottom though.
What do they do? And Lunar finds Sans and Siggy.
Yo, Sigiboom's alive. 1 HP.
Not even close, baby. Sigiboom. Wait,
Kyrie with the Tempest of Blades. Looking for TNT.
He steals the turtle, but he dies. I don't know if that's worth it.
I don't know if that was worth it. He took the purple buff as well. They got the turtle. It really comes down to how Aurora are able to convert now off of that kill. Because Kyrie got the purple, I guess there's not much resources in the jungle to take away from him. That very clearly should have been a free turtle for Aurora, so I guess if we look at the conditions, sure, it's pretty worth, right? All right, it's the only thing they can get. It's the only thing they can
At least
get.
you got something.
They got something.
That's what we're looking at. Fair enough. Lunar on the Uranus this time. You know, last time.
Deal with this guy?
Nobody. They have a, they got a little quick sun from Sans. They have the big knockup. They do have crowd control, don't get me wrong. But are you going to waste all of that on Uranus when you got Sigiboom jumping around?
Nope. Uh-oh. No purple buff this time. Yenzi.
Kyrie with the back and forth. Will not
Kyrie dodging well. Damn, he actually got away.
Not going to chase him down.
Well played from Kyrie.
Just trying to defend.
That looks like he won't be getting his purple.
3 whole levels up against Kyrie. Remember, folks, this is a 0% win rate Yi Sun-shin that he's on right now. No other team has made the Yi Sun-shin work.
I've seen worse odds.
You've seen worse odds, yeah. Again, ONIC, it almost seems like they have the good seal from Pagu. Sans gotta be careful, he doesn't have flicker.
They're trying to bait something out here.
Pagu's on him,
Few boys in the back, Moonwind Fury. Dodge, Lippy goes down, but that's a lot of yin reaction damage. They lose Pagu, Keyboy goes down. Double kill for Rosa, double kill for Tienzi. And Sans falls! It's a team wipe!
The Holy Defense.
The Holy Defense should be able to keep things alive for now. Aurora, they're taking the tower! Lunar's taking the tower! They're trying to go for the end! They're gonna go for the end! With 1 minion! Lunar will sacrifice his life to make sure it happens! They do it!
Their team falls, and Aurora walks over into the knockout stage.
Yo!
Liquid.
Aurora!
Aurora with a statement, a declaration as they make it to the knockout stage.
Dude!
Winning on a Yi Sun-shin that looked unwinnable. 0% win rate before Tienzi got his hands on it.
You were correct, Lilo. The first YSS victory at MSC.
Performance of a lifetime on that Freya. And in the backup of Pagu, the tank of Lunar.
Dude, in a bracket of ONIC and Liquid, Aurora Turkey qualifies.
Group stage runs ever. TL, then ONIC, are you kidding me?
There are no more excuses.
And they didn't even like cheese it out. They just used the Lo Yi for macro play.
Nothing like that. Aurora have just taken out 2 of the biggest teams.
Wow.
In MSC back to back cleanly.
That was impressively done.
I mean, who's next in the chopping block at this point?
And yes, Judah's right. SRG will be facing ONIC for elimination in the group stage.
People thought we're the favorites to win it all. Well, guess what? Coming into the knockouts, Aurora are the favorites.
The champions of MPL, MY, and ID. One of them will not make playoffs.
And we're blessed to have Tienzi on the side here with us.
Wow.
Look, Tienzi, I'm just going to lay it out straight. What makes Aurora so good right now? 2 huge wins to go into knockout.
Aurora'yı şu anda bu kadar güçlü kılan nedir? 2 çok devasa bir galibiyet aldınız.
Sürekliliğimiz ve Midnight sayesinde olduğunu düşünüyorum.
I think it's our continuity and also thanks to the Midnight, our coach.
He's been doing well given
Midnight has been cooking.
In just a second here, but everybody's been talking about it. Is Tienzi the best jungler in the game right now, especially in this meta? Do you believe that that is the case? Are you the best jungle player right now?
Not really. Yeah.
So humble, why?
Yani bence diğer jungle'lar da fazla iyi ama bu iş takım oyununa bakıyor, o yüzden iyi değilim yani.
I think the others are also great, but this is also about teamwork, so I don't want to just focus on myself to say that I'm good.
Very good, very nice and humble. Now, it is a team effort to advance to this level and make it to knockout. How do your teammates also play around you in that jungle to enable you to farm as much as possible, to prepare yourself for the big team fights and eliminations like we saw in Game 3 here, where you were very effective as a team?
Ve burada ekip olarak çok etkili oldunuz bu gördüğümüz eliminasyon eleme maçlarında ve ekip seni yani bir sonraki maçlarda nasıl destekleyecek?
What a performance, dude. I don't think anyone would have guessed that they were the team that would qualify from this bracket. Not that they're not strong, but they were in the same bracket as Liquid and ONIC, dude.
Yes, I think it's going to be better in the future.
And they took them both down.
And I think that it can somehow be challenging to focus as a jungler in these types of games because we get a lot of focus from the opponent team on my role as a jungler.
There's a lot of focus on you. You're able to clear it. Now, one of those reactions, I guess, especially in Game 3, was you bring out the Yisun Shin. Was that a reaction to something that ONIC were setting up in Game 2?
Burada şimdi ONIC'in ikinci maçta, ikinci roundda yaptığı şey bir reaksiyon olarak Monishin'i seçmiştin 3. roundda, 3. oyunda. 3. oyundaki seçimine nasıl bir şey yaklaşabilirsin?
The Yisun Shin specific.
Çok fazla jungle kalmamıştı zaten. Ban yemişti. Oynayabileceğim en iyi hero'yu seçmeye çalıştık.
I tried to select the best hero that we could play because there were not many junglers left.
Oh.
Very good. Very good. It works out very well for you now.
Hold on. Is there a bot in the chat? There is a bot in the chat. Is our mod around?
That really are incredibly tough to make it to that spot in the top seed of the group. Do you feel that you're no longer a dark horse, that people are looking at you as true contenders for the crown here at MSC 26?
Evet, şimdi çok böyle başa baş geçen yoğun rekabet gerçekleşen maçlardan sonra yani senden ne bekleyebilirler? Yani bundan sonraki maçlarla ilgili olarak artık yani bir dark horse olarak görülüyordunuz. Yani beklenmedik bir şekilde çıkış yapan bir ekip olarak görülüyordunuz.
Stream boo sounds like some kind of bang boo. I guess Lila is not here right now. Hold on.
Düşünüyorum. Uzun süredir de dark horse değiliz yani. Diğer STR takımlarla birebir olduğumuzu düşünüyorum. Diyeceğim bu kadar.
Yes, I think we have really proven ourselves with the game that we have played it so far. I think we have also not been a dark horse actually for a long time, so I think we are very much comparable to the other teams in that sense.
There you go, seeing yourselves as one of the greats. Thank you very much, Tienzi. Congratulations, teşekkürler. There it is. It's Aurora Gaming advancing to the knockouts. What a story. ONIC, they're going to have to work through it. Panel, what do you think of that?
All right.
I love it. The
Man.
Turkey representative getting ready for
Who would have expected this? We have some very interesting direct qualifiers here. Definitely not the teams you would have anticipated compared to how it looked before. Because our 4 direct qualifiers are Vitality, Vamos, Yangon, and Aurora. The runner-ups
really
of
focus not
MPL
just on
ID and
themselves, but the fact
MY.
that this is a
Oh wait, no,
team
not
effort.
runner-ups. Was Bigatron the champion
In the same
in
face,
MPL
but
ID?
in
I
the
think they
second
were,
half,
right? Yeah, they
the
were.
comment Dark Horse comes out. He says, whoa, 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 wait a second. Whoa, whoa,
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
not quite
Bigatron
ready.
was the champion. So yeah, you have the
yes,
ID
hesitant
champ,
to take too much
the
of a leap
MY
forward. If
runner-up.
anyone puts them down where they don't belong, they're ready to correct.
Then you have the Myanmar, right? Yangon is Myanmar. Yeah, the Myanmar reps and the Turkey A reps. Not a single PH team in the direct qualifications. Who would have expected that?
They're more about looking at their efforts together as five, as
like,
six,
damn,
including the sub, like what they can do as a whole team. Then that's what I'm gonna be focusing on. So,
but yes, I have been live for 7 hours, everyone. I know that it might be a little bit sudden, but I really want to get some rest and I really want to do some stuff before, you know, it's too late here. So I am gonna go ahead and end the stream there. I know there is one more match, but I think that, like, logically speaking, there's no way Liquid should have any trouble with Entity 7. So, yeah, not gonna be an easy match for SRG. They'll have to beat ONIC. They have to eliminate ONIC if they want a playoff spot. They found themselves in tough spots like this before, but certainly not like this. So, yeah. Where did Lilo go all of a sudden? Yeah, suddenly missing. But all good. We have been here for 7 hours. Thank you very much, everyone who has stuck around the entire time, you know, who's dropped by and all. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know what the schedule looks like tomorrow. Heck, I don't know if I'll even stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll just do a short one specifically for the SRG game because I am tired. I've already spent 7 hours of my weekend doing this. Of course, like 3 hours of that was for FF, so that's fine. But yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by the stream today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow specifically for SRG, but it depends on the timing and whether or not we have any plans or anything going on. As usual, I will let you guys know in Discord. So if you guys are not in Discord already, make sure you guys join the Discord. Besides that, I am always live every Tuesday and Friday currently. That timing might change sometime in the future, so I'll let you guys know. And besides that, I also have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Discord, like I mentioned before, so following any of those to keep up with the community is good. The next SRG match is on August? No, I don't think so. That's just the placeholder date. August is the date they put for, like, all the placeholder matches. I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be tomorrow. I think they just haven't updated it when the schedule isn't out yet. But yeah, we'll have a look. I'll let you guys know. And, yeah. Have a very good night, everyone. Thanks for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed the very long stream today. Was not expecting to have such a long stream today, but well, it happens. So yeah, thank you. Have a good night, y'all. See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Once again, we shall use the hand because I'm lazy to get up and get one of the boys over there. So yeah, thanks. Bye-bye. See you guys. Bye-bye. See you next time. See ya. Bye-bye. Good night.